Hello, everybody, and welcome to Heroes Graveyard. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing great. I ran a tabletop game for the first time in like 2 months. My soul has been cleansed. I'm in a good place.
Good. Very good. I like to hear it.
I even killed a player.
Oh my
killed
god.
the player's character, not the player themselves.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have
I
your
played a
cams.
cute little mouse and it was really fun.
Cams are all messed up. I forgot to fix it. You're gonna cycle them right now.
Oh
This is
no.
live.
All right.
Tell us about
Who
the
was
cute little
I?
thing that you murdered. You were Steven.
Yeah, I am.
Huh?
There we go. Woo! Looks much better now. Tell us about the thingy that you did, Margaret. And pretend that never happened.
I played a Dungeon World hack that is like mouse themed and it was really fun this morning. Yeah. It was adorable. It was cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
Not always like most of the time it's always like gritty campaigns, so it was kind of fun to play like a kind of actually it got pretty gritty at one point because at one point there was a cat that was attacking us and what we're calling a flat cat, aka a Roomba. And being a mouse, it's kind of dangerous when all those things are coming at you. And also one of the mice started a fire, so you know.
You had a D&D campaign where you played mice and had to fight a Roomba?
Yeah.
That sounds
It
amazing.
wasn't D&D, it was Dungeon World, but
Well,
yeah.
yeah, sure. Cool. Sean, what about you? You had a D&D campaign that you ran, or a Hackmaster campaign? Or something.
It's Stars Without Number. I'm running. Which, by the way, it's rough for me because fantasy is where my heart's at, right? Like I like sci-fi, but fantasy is where my heart's at. But Stars Without Number is the best tabletop game I've ever played. And it makes it really rough for me because I know that if I play a fantasy game, it's not going to be as good as Stars Without Number. And I know if I play Stars Without Number, it's not going to be a fantasy game.
Can't you just use the Stars Without Numbers mechanics and just do a fantasy theme?
No, because it's made to be a sci-fi game, right? You're taking away the soul of that game at that point.
It also has some jankiness to it a little bit. But
Yeah, like it's not perfect. It's just
it's really simple to make
fantastic.
characters though.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is it allows you to kill off people
What
very
you
quickly.
should do, Sean, have
Yes.
you ever played Numenera?
I have not.
You should check that out. It's like sci-fi and fantasy had a baby, and I love it.
I've read about it, and I'm always like very on the fence about how I feel about what I've read.
You'll love it. I'm also a sci-fi fantasy, love both of them situation. So it's good. Especially if you have a GM who can handle it all.
Yeah, I'll get around to it at some point, definitely. I keep trying new games because I'm looking for something. But
Play everything.
yep.
What about you, Destiny? Anything interesting going on this last week for you? Nope.
Sorry,
You're just like walking away.
It's really dark here.
I think this is the first time I've seen you with light on.
Yeah, I'm just streaming and all that good stuff.
Cool. So where did we leave off last week?
We were going to loot a dragon that we viciously slaughtered. That was way out of our level capabilities, but we did it anyway.
Yeah. That's
We
about
murdered a
right.
dragon. That's what I heard.
So you've just finished slaying this dragon, and you're looking around for loot after kind of examining this dead creature, only to see that Devo Fizzlesnap is the first one to the loot box because there is a treasure chest partially submerged in the water behind where the dragon was standing, right over here. And as Devo opens the box, he kind of gasps in surprise and then slowly turns to stone.
Huh.
I've had this happen to me before.
Do tell.
Sorry.
What do we
Like,
do
not
about
me
this?
personally, but like my character. Oh shit. Okay.
So he just turns to stone in front of your eyes.
Torlak is confused.
I wonder if it was something in the chest.
Yeah, I mean that seems.
Torlak, perhaps you should go check.
Probably a trap. I don't think I want to. You should go check.
I don't think any of us should look into the chest. If another one of us gets petrified, we're not going to be able to get ourselves out of here. Maybe we could close the chest from behind and then just take it with us back to the city. Is this like a massive chest or?
It's about 2.5 feet wide, about a foot long or deep, and about a foot tall, maybe foot and a
So it
half with the curved top.
So it would depend on what's in it then.
Yeah.
How heavy is Devo? Like, can I carry his stone self?
Devo's what, like 3 feet tall?
Yeah,
He was
tiny.
with his gear 70 pounds.
Okay.
So probably like 40 pounds, maybe without gear.
Does anyone
he's-
know how much a 3 foot tall child weighs?
I think
mean, we
my
can
kid is like
Google
3
that.
feet tall. I don't know. He's like 50 pounds. I don't weigh him all the time.
Wait, let's just compare the density of stone to the density of the
Water
human
is what I was
body.
going to do. Yeah, humans are about
Oh,
the
yeah.
density of water, so I was going to convert from water density to granite density and then apply
I'm gonna
that to.
Google
And then you can just convert
how
the mass
much
directly from
a
there.
3 foot tall child. Google tells me
Good old math.
that
It's about 14 kilograms.
Density. Water has a very convenient density. It's like,
oh God, it's just telling me
A
how
kilogram
old
per
people
cubic-
are, not by
oh
height.
god, what is it? Density of water is 1 gram per cubic centimeter. Density of stone depends on
well,
the
yeah,
stone.
let's look at with granite.
Granite. Okay.
Yep.
Granite. 2.75 grams per cubic centimeter.
So 2.5 times.
Yes. So if I take 70 pounds times 2.5.
But that
he's-
70 is with his gear, right?
Okay, so
his,
discount his gear, so do 40 times 2.5,
Yeah.
let's say.
30.41.
that's 100 pounds plus
100 pounds.
30 pounds of gear. So he's 130 pounds.
Oh, so his gear didn't get petrified, just the.
Oh, his
the
gear
man.
did, but I think metal to stone is probably pretty similar. So I was just gonna
Okay.
even it out.
Makes sense.
You know, maybe let's call it 240. 245.
200.
145. I'm sorry, 145. I'm mistaken.
145.
Mhm.
So I can probably carry him.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Might-
then I
it-
should be able to carry the chest.
It might reduce your movement speed though, so you might be walking a little bit more slowly if you're having to haul a stone Devo, and all of your personal gear.
Is there any kind of tactile feedback with Mage Hand?
No.
For instance, so if I were to run a Mage Hand over silk or stone, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Not at all.
Okay. I guess then I'll use my Mage Hand just to close the chest, so none of us have to go near it or anything.
It closes.
Devo didn't become petrified until he opened it and looked inside, right? We were able to glean that much.
Yeah, it was in the opening process that he began to turn to stone. You weren't really paying too fine of attention to him at the moment, so you're not sure if he started turning to stone while it was opening, or if opened and then insta stone. You just hear a gasp and you look, and Devo's a rock.
Okay. Well, if we heard him gasp, I guess it wasn't super instant.
Are there any padlocks lying around this cave, or any sort of lock, like a mobile lock that I could put on that
Nope.
thing? Okay, is there any rope lying around the cave?
Nope. There's
Any
whatever you
rope I
have
can
on your
sell?
character sheets. The dragon doesn't
Oh,
stock
it doesn't have a
rope.
treasure hoard?
Its treasure hoard is this chest, and only this chest.
I have some rope if you need some rope.
Drekvin, don't you know magic?
Yeah, of course, but I prefer to kill people rather than to investigate arcane objects. I think Devo was our person there for
Drat.
these types of questions, which is quite unfortunate right now, I would say.
Agreed. Let's see, what
Um,
do I have on me here? Do
I don't
you
think we
have any rope on you, Drekvin?
Doesn't everybody have rope? Hold on.
I have rope.
Perhaps we should make sure that chest is securely shut, so that it doesn't accidentally fall open and turn anyone else to stone.
Just make Torlak carry it. He can.
I mean,
close,
tie
right?
it shut. No, tie it shut to make sure, just to be safe.
While you're chatting, can I get perception checks from the party?
Yes. Pull up my sheet here.
6.
Let's see.
Oh, these are great. Okay. So Torlak and Drakvin are both looking at the rope and pulling it out, while Quincy happens to just be alert enough to hear the sound of talking coming from the entryway. Kind of low voices talking to each other or themselves in a language you
Oh.
most definitely do not understand.
Oh, comrades, I think we may have company. And Quincy will kind of grab his bow and walk a little bit toward the entrance and peer around the corner to see what he sees at the entrance.
We should stash Devo in the corner and take the chest out. We might be able to use it if we need to.
Walking around the corner are 3 hobgoblins that
Okay,
walk around and turn to face you.
Right away,
kind
I'm
of-
going to shoot at one.
Oh.
Oh, wait, they wait?
Yeah.
Well, they're already getting shot. Too late. I said I was going to shoot. I follow through with that action, Neil. I'm not taking it back.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry, Neil.
You don't have to apologize to me. You have to apologize to your party members who are all wounded and you're initiating combat right away.
They're hobgoblins. What am I going to do? Let them kill us?
I don't know, but apparently you're shooting at them now, so let's see it.
Yep. All right. Here we go. I'm going to shoot at that leader-looking one first.
Yep.
Rip, guys. See ya.
Sorry, guys. 10 is for the first one. I'm going to go ahead and add my last D8 to that. 15 is the total hit for that.
It strikes the armor and falls to the ground. Let's roll initiative, everybody.
All right.
Let me clear the sheet first. I'm sorry, Drakman.
You can't just throw hobgoblins in at us and expect them not to get shot at.
I'm not complaining. I see you're being very defensive, though.
It's
Oh, wait.
September today.
I'll just...
Alrighty then. Let's.
Would that have been a free round or just a free attack? Because I do get 2 attacks a round.
I think it's just a.
Single attack is fine. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
fine.
curious.
I think that makes sense. I don't know. You whip out your bow and fire, and they probably start reacting the moment the bow is being drawn.
Makes sense.
So, whoops, it's a little low.
I guess
Quincy, you are first, my friend.
Yep. All right. So we're gonna do another. Man, 15 was a miss. That's unfortunate. Well, we're gonna do another shot at the.
Hobgoblin.
I'm trying to decide between the normals and the leader again. You know what? We're gonna go for the one of these normal ones first. I'm gonna take care of the ads. 16 for that hit on the normal one.
That is a hit on the armor and falls to the ground.
Oh.
Hobgoblins are well armored.
All right. I'm gonna take another shot here. For a 15, I can't add to that. All right. And then I'm gonna move 30 feet back.
Okay, next up is one of the
Actually,
monsters.
I can't move because you know how I have a light stone, Neil? You're not giving me 30 feet of light radius here?
You should. Did you have one last time?
No. You never had it. There we go. Now I got it. All right, I'm gonna
There you go. Move
back
yourself
a little
around.
bit, 'cause I'm pretty low, and I'd rather not continue to be low.
Okay, right. The hobgoblins are wearing chainmail and a shield, except for the lead hobgoblin, which, let me take a look at their gear, is wearing plate mail and a shield. So it's the lead hobgoblin's turn. They're going to point a finger at... Quincy, are you wearing metal armor perchance?
Let me see. Yes.
Let's cast some heat metal on you then. Give me...
All right. Is there a save for it?
I have to look this up. I'm actually not quite ready for this battle. I thought there would be a little bit of chatting and I'd have time to open up all my lists.
Oh, so it
just
was
say-
going to be a fight. You just thought there'd be a little more
I mean,
conversation before.
I think usually encounters end in fights with you guys. So...
Murder hobos. That's what this key is.
Maybe not in this scenario, just because I don't have very much HP.
I remember when you sent a dragon in down just straight up kill us, Neil. You can't talk about how murder hobo we are.
You cause the object to glow red hot. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast the spell. If a creature is holding or wearing the object, it takes damage from it. The creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on its attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn. So you just straight up take 2d8 fire damage, and then you just keep taking it until the spell
What's
ends.
the range on it?
60 feet. So if you're not within 60 feet, we will move to close that distance.
I am not.
So we will move 14 feet. Cast
Okay,
heat
so just
metal.
make sure there is no save.
There is no save. You just take 9
Okay.
points of damage.
All right.
And the next hobgoblin's gonna go, and it's gonna come.
Are you at 1 HP or are you fainted, Quincy?
1.
It'll come to here, and it's Drakvin's turn.
Drakvin, you're our PR. PR our way out of this.
Damn. If I try to engage Kraz in conversation, do we roll like a persuasion check, or is it combat? It's not enough time to do this kind of action. Could I like use my action to do this?
Sure. I mean, yeah, you can absolutely do that, and we'll just see how effective it is depending on what you say. Right? So you could say, stop, there's a balloon animal behind you, and it would be a wasted turn. Or you could say something super convincing.
Who says stop?
Fuck, man, my brain is not engaged for this. Quincy, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my
Hey,
god.
don't blame me, man. They're hobgoblins. They're evil creatures.
God, I love D&D.
Oh shit. I wouldn't recognize the leader, right? We wouldn't recognize this as Kraz.
No, I don't think you have ever seen Kraz.
Okay, so I think I would open with, hello there, brave traveler. My party member was startled. We just slayed a massive dragon in this cave, and we believe there is a great treasure in here that we are in search of.
Kraz says, "You killed her? You monsters!"
She was in great pain. I believe she had diabetes.
Attack it, dummy.
I think that's the end of your turn there. That's
yeah,
definitely not
good.
working. Torlak.
Okay, well,
Okay, Torlak is not good at that kind of stuff. So,
I didn't even get to roll my persuasion. What if I did a natural 20 here?
No.
You natural 20 that you murdered their best friend?
Yeah,
Maybe
they're
she was
buddies.
in great pain and suffering.
Sorry.
shit.
Sorry.
I think we're gonna TPK right here.
I
Nah,
think
we're
Torlak
fine.
needs to
Don't
throw
worry.
the chest at these people and hope that it opens and petrifies them. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh my god.
What are you gonna do, Torlak?
I have no more rages either. Oh my god.
Just rush. You gotta rush.
Throw the chest at him. I'm not even joking. That's all we can do.
Could so Jackvin just tried to convince them that we're here for treasure or whatever.
Yeah, and that you killed the dragon that was in this lair that they were casually walking into.
Yeah.
You know, like it was no big deal, like they were friends
Right.
with the dragon.
Hence why I shot at them.
Yeah, I'm.
Throw the chest.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up the chest and like offer it to them and be like,
Won't offer it. You can throw it. They obviously know what's. Or never mind. Your turn.
What do you say when
doesn't
you
know that.
offer them the chest?
yeah. Torlak just kind of, or Torlak is like, see, friend Drakven say you want chest. We here for this treasure.
Show them what's
Sorry,
inside.
your friend die.
Give me a persuasion check.
I have a negative to this.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Oh my god.
You people. You just had to attack them.
The next hobgoblin gets a little bit closer. In fact, it's just going to move all the way. It won't do anything with its action, but it will move to engage both Torlak and Drakven, getting right up in the middle of this. Quincy, it's your turn.
Okay, it was Kraz who cast heat metal on me, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna do a normal longbow attack at them.
26
to hit.
All
All right, I cancel that spell unless they pass a con save.
right, DC 10. Let's give it a shot. Pass, but you get a second
Another
attack.
shot. For a 15, I
Ooh.
cannot add to that one.
Nope.
So I'm gonna go down here.
Yep.
Unless I'm double checking right now to make sure that there is no oh god.
Do you have a second wind?
I believe that's what I use, right?
Right. But it was only D10 plus 3. Shouldn't it be D10 plus 5? Shouldn't you have 2 more HP?
Oh, that was a rally, you're right.
A rally?
which
Oh,
means
that
I
was your
could've-
rally thing.
Which means I can second wind.
Did you...
So D10 plus 5, unless I used it earlier, but I don't think so.
Doesn't show it on your sheet.
All right. D10 plus 5 then. Oh, is that something that's like marked on the sheet, the second wind?
but it doesn't auto adjust. You have to change it. It's in the on the right side of
Got
your
it.
sheet.
I will roll it and then subtract it so that we can keep track of that. D10 plus 5, I have an additional 14 HP. So unless it rolls like max damage.
Oh, let's see what the heat metal does on your next turn. 10.
10. Okay, so I'm still standing.
Okay. And Kraz goes. I think we need to do a little bit more intimidation before we can do. So Kraz is just going to close to Torlak. And swing her hammer at the 16 to hit you, Torlak.
Yep, that hits.
All right. On hit, a clap of thunder rings out in 30 feet. Every creature within that, other than the wielder of this weapon, that is concentrating on a spell, must make a DC 10 concentration saving throw. Target of the blow must make a DC 20 concentration saving throw. But you don't have there's no concentration spells going.
No spell going on.
Cool. So you just take 12 points of damage.
Jesus.
And that should be bludgeoning, not slashing, but yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Wonderful. And then Kraz just gives you a grin. And it is other Hobgoblin's turn, who will close towards Drakvin and take a slash at you for a 21 to hit and 3 points of damage.
Oops, I think I clicked something. Okay.
And it is your turn, Drakvin.
If you cast magic and you are within melee range of another creature, does that
It's all good.
It's all good?
It's all good.
If I cast magic missile at Kraz, the heat armor is still active, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Magic missile on Kraz means she has to succeed on 3 different checks in order to continue that spell, right?
I think it's one source. I think it's one check that it would have to pass because it's all the same. All the missiles are hitting it at the same time, but that's a good question.
Yeah, I think we should find out.
Since you can split up the missiles, I would argue that it would be 3 saves.
Oh,
but
yeah.
that
Like
kinda
one
comes
missile
down
on her leg, one missile on her other leg, one missile on her arm. That sounds like 3 saves for me.
I'd argue it, but your call.
Let's see. According to the developer, Magic Missile is one source. When doing concentration save versus.
Do you really want to be a slave to the word of the rules, though, Neil?
All right. Well, in that case, I guess I will make a. Are we saying that Kraz is within? If I Green Flame Blade, my Green Flame can bounce from one target to the next if it's within 5 feet. Is that Southern Hobgoblin within 5 feet of Kraz or no?
They look like they're about 6 feet, 6.5 feet apart.
Oh, I don't know. I'm looking at the tip of her hair there to that bow. That's about 4.8 feet. No, that's okay. I'll go ahead and Magic Missile Kraz then. Why not? Sounds great.
I think it's a bit more. Let's see some damage there. And we'll give Kraz a concentration saving throw, which it totally passes, so it didn't even matter. 10
Did she take
points
6 points of damage from before, or?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't see it on her character on her bar.
There it is. I just forgot to mark it the first time around. So that is 16 damage total to Kraz right now. Torlak, there's hobgoblins everywhere.
All right. Well, clearly my bargaining skills are not good, but you know what? I'm really good at asking questions. So I'm going to smack her in the face with my axe.
Let's see it.
And if it doesn't work once, maybe twice. You know, just for safety's sake.
That's definitely a hit.
Oh, but wait, there's more. Because now I get to hit twice.
That's a hit. Wow, so
I
14
believe that's
and
2.
13, yeah.
Went for Kraz, right?
Yes, that's
that'd be 2 con
27
saves.
damage with 2 more concentration saving throws. That's a fail, and the other one doesn't even matter. All right, Quincy, your metal is no longer heating.
Awesome.
Good job.
It is one of the hobgoblin's turns. Oh, yes.
Question.
Yeah,
Never mind. The Warhammer thing was that's just her Warhammer.
that's just your warhammer.
Okay, cool.
All right, so this hobgoblin is the one in between Drakvin and Torlak. And it is going to turn towards Torlak and longsword attack at you with a 13 to hit.
Yeah. It only works when the mage is casting a spell. Calm down.
13's a miss on Torlak, I believe. So it
Yeah,
rolls
13 is-
around to Quincy's turn.
Okay. With inspiration, you can apply it after making the roll, right?
No, inspiration must be declared before the roll. Let me double check that, but I think that's my.
Okay. I get 2
I think
attacks,
it
so I'll
all-
just do the first one at not inspiration, and then oh yeah, for those of you wondering, Neil posthumously, as in after the session, awarded inspiration for me threatening to kill Devo.
Oh, right.
Also, when we level up and we gain HP, that just goes to our max pool, not to our current pool, right?
Percentage. So if you were at half, go up by half. If you,
Yeah.
or as close as you can estimate it.
What?
So like if you have
Uh,
100 HP and you gain 10, that means that you can increase your HP by 1 because your HP increased by 10%, so your current can increase
It's-
by 10%.
Oh, so you get like 1 HP.
It's not based on how much. It's how much of. Okay, if you're at like 30% of your max and you gain 10 HP, you would get 3 HP, because you get an equivalent amount of what you're currently at relative to
You
your
should,
max. It
you
makes
should
no
be
sense.
at the
of how
same
it-
percentage. Yeah.
Okay.
What was your HP before leveling up? What out of what?
20 out of 38, and now I'm
What's your max now?
49.
20 divided by 30.
You should be at 26 now, right?
Yep.
Well,
Yes, 26.
minus the damage that I took.
Right.
So 26
But
minus
it's
12. It's better
Okay.
than it was.
Anyways, first attack is going to be normal at Kraz. That one is an 11 to hit. That won't do it. And then
Nope.
what is the rule? Actually, I'm just going to declare inspiration now. So I'm going to take a sharpshooter attack with inspiration, giving me advantage for a 21 to hit
That is definitely a hit against Kraz.
for 15 damage.
Dealing some damage here.
Yep.
It is
Take that down.
Raz's turn, and she is not happy. She's going to use her full allotment of attacks this round because clearly one attack wasn't enough to intimidate you guys into submission. So she will swing a Warhammer once with a 15 against you, Torlak. That is your AC. So she hits
Isn't
you
it-
for
oh.
10.
Okay.
Swings a second
I'm
time.
just going to toss this in chat just so you're aware of it. Because it does say that they have a disadvantage on concentration.
Oh, that is good when you damage it. Yes.
Because she's
excellent.
she casts a spell.
Right. So one hit against you for 10. A second hit against you, it's not all of that. It's just the 11 and the 8 for 19.
Oh, I'm down.
All right.
4.
And then Kraz will move towards the back of Drakvin and make an attack against you for 21 to hit.
My final spell slot will be expended here on Shield, which I believe boosts my AC by 5.
All right. So that's a miss. The hobgoblin next to Drakvin is going to not even disengage, just walk away. So you get an attack of opportunity, Drakvin.
Wow, how cocky. Am I able to make that attack of opportunity a green flame blade?
Only
as part
if
of
you
my-
have the Warcaster,
Yes, which I do.
then yes.
So then I believe I do a normal longsword to check if this hits. It's an 11. I don't think that will hit.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
All right, so it moves up to Quincy and will longsword Quincy with a 15.
Miss.
All right, you were so eager for that. Drakvin, is your turn.
All right. I believe we've established the hobgoblins are easier to hit than Kraz so far, right? Didn't an 18 miss, Quincy? I believe
Hey, hold
so.
on, I'm not dead
15
yet.
minutes.
I still get my death
I'm
saving
sorry.
throws.
Sorry.
Don't get so gumptious on that.
Yep. But you have just.
Also,
they're
someone can
15
heal
or
me.
higher.
Someone
Yeah.
has health potions, right?
Problem is you have to roll a 15 because
Meat grinder or whatever.
of
But-
the death curse.
But it is Drakvin's turn here.
Yep. So I'm going to throw a longsword attack into the hobgoblin, or I guess a
put it in
green
chat.
flame blade attack into the hobgoblin to the southeast. So
Sure.
first I check for it. Wait, why did this not run? Oh, what's this? Whoa, and a
Oh.
mighty 9.
Not a good day for Drakvin.
All right.
Torlak, give me that death saving throw, 15 or higher.
Okay.
Just roll a nat 20. You can stand up.
Hey,
18.
that's
There's
good.
one.
That's a success. I'll take it.
The next hobgoblin attacks Drakvin straight up 10 to hit, which is a miss, and it is Quincy's turn.
All right. First scimitar attack on this guy is an 11 to hit, which is not
No
going to do it.
good.
Second scimitar attack is going to be a 27 to hit,
That is a critical hit. Please roll me.
which does 13 damage.
Ooh, so close.
It's all good.
Next up is Kraz, who will continue with the multi-attack and take a Warhammer swing. 28 to hit for 11 points of damage. Doesn't look like you're down yet. Takes another swing with a 21 to hit for 12 points of damage.
That's
Wow.
down.
That's your down. All right, then Kraz will look to Quincy and say, surrender or die.
I'm not allowed to react yet, am I?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, my allies are on the ground. I'd like to save them if possible, so I say on the condition that I can patch up my allies' wounds.
There's a grunt and a shaking warhammer at your weapons for you to disarm yourself.
Yep, I drop them on the ground and I go to bandage up the others. I have medicine as a proficiency.
Okay, well, Drakvin's death saving throw comes before your thing, so Drakvin,
Totally fine.
Do I just roll 1d20?
1d20, 15 or higher. It's a fail for you. Torlak, it's your turn.
Okay. Do this. No.
Okay,
Fail
so
for
basically
you.
they're both
Fail.
in fatal range.
Yes.
What is the check for medicine? It's a DC 10.
Yes.
Okay. Drakvin's closest, so I guess I'll go for him first.
What happened to Devo's Gwyn's portal rolls for the day?
They're gone with
All
Devo.
right, Drakvin is patched up, and then with the remainder of my movement, I'll head up to.
We'll need to see Torlak make another death saving throw here.
Yep, just don't roll a 1.
Just
Don't roll a 1. Torlak,
Well, you
don't
know
roll
I'm
a
gonna
1.
roll a 1.
Don't roll a 1. Torlak.
No.
right.
That's,
Okay.
that's two
and then I'm
fails,
gonna
and then
give
Quincy
you a medicine
can.
check for 14.
Patch you. All right.
Okay. So 1 HP now.
Yep. Cool. So you guys are disarmed by the hobgoblins around you, and we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back from break in a little bit, and we'll see what is going to happen. So hold on to your butts, everyone. Soon. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Heroes
We're
Graveyard.
still alive.
For
For
the
now.
time being.
I have
Yeah.
1 HP. I'm celebrating.
That's something to celebrate. Yeah.
I think this is the lowest I've ever gotten, ever. Like,
I mean, you can't get much lower than 1 HP without dying.
I know,
so
but I'm doing so well. The crush.
So the goblin hobgoblins disarm and disarmor you all. They take your packs, they take your weapons, they take your armor. They leave you in just your regular clothes, and then they use their rope and your rope. Actually, they use your rope.
What if I don't have regular clothes?
What do you wear under your armor?
Tough
Well, now you
ogre
know.
skin.
All right. Well, they take off your armor and leave your. They leave you just tied up naked. That's fine. They don't.
Okay, can I clarify for a moment? Are they they have the wherewithal to remove like an arcane object from a caster?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kraz is a caster, so she makes sure that you guys are just wearing your clothes, and then they tie you all up with rope. Eventually, Torlak and Drakvin will come to their senses.
On this goblin.
Let's see. They will tie the three of you to a Actually, it's a column. Let's come over here and see this. Where they're tying you up. Excellent. And then they have a small chat between themselves. Quincy, you're the only one conscious. Do you speak Goblinoid?
Probably not. I don't think I listed. Yeah, no, I think it's just common for Quincy.
Okay. Cool. And let's see how long it takes for the other two to come awake.
You have to roll like a 1d4 or something.
D4 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. So all of your gear is dragged out of the cave. It's out of sight. Maybe about half an hour later, one of them comes in. Not Kraz, one of the other hobgoblins. Kraz comes in, actually. Walking with one of the other hobgoblins, the less wounded one. And Kraz looks at you, Quincy, with her big, squished up goblinoid face and goes, "How you survive assault on city?"
We're great warriors, that's how.
Where are survivors?
Of the assault?
Yes. Where are they?
I don't. Aside from us, I don't know. We left town shortly after.
How many live?
Are the others awake yet? They're still unconscious?
They're still unconscious.
Should we roll for this or?
20,
I've rolled.
30? I don't know.
Okay.
I think
There
you
were
roll-
like 20 or 30. He's not really trying to like
Usually
deceive.
1d4.
But like, I'm just going to relay how many people I saw
Sure,
in the
sure.
tavern at the time.
Oh, still in city?
I don't know. They could be gone by now. We've been gone from the city for a week? 2 weeks? A while. We left shortly after.
Kraz turns and starts conversing with the other hobgoblin for a moment, and they both leave the cave. Half an hour or so passes, and Torlak sleepily comes to consciousness.
Okay, so you're saying it's been an hour?
Yeah.
I would like to expend my hit dice to heal really fast.
You have a short rest while you're tied up, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess that's
Being
legit.
knocked out is considered a short rest? No.
I think you are resting while you're unconscious. I don't know.
I'd say that's legit.
Yeah?
Sure, go for it. You can expend hit dice if you have any left. I know you guys expended some of your hit dice
Or
in between the dragon battle and the one before it.
I have 4 now.
Cool. And I rolled 1, so
3.
Excellent.
I believe I rolled. Yeah, I
Oh
rolled
my
1, so I've got
God,
4
I'm
left.
rolling so shitty.
okay.
I'll start with. Oh god.
Those are great rolls, Maggie.
And then you add your
Great
con
for
bonus,
you.
right?
I think if you just click the dice, it does it automatically, right?
It does. If you click
Oh,
the hit die
that's
button in the middle of the sheet.
Fantastic.
I think I'll do one more.
The character sheet. You click the hit dice button.
Yep.
Yep. And then you can
Where
keep
do I
track of
got
it
mine?
on there too.
Here we
how
go,
many
hit
you have
dice.
out of your total.
All right, so there's 8 plus 13 plus 4. That puts me at a. I can
I
do
have two
math.
more, but I
That's
don't remember.
25. Back on top of 5 that I had, so 30. And I'll expend my
I
last one.
wake up after 30 minutes or an hour?
After an hour, yeah. Total of an hour, you wake up.
Okay. After an hour, I wake up and I'm like, I'm trying to like get out. Like, am I They only tied my arms, not my legs?
Oh, they tied your arms to your sides and then tied you to the column. So you're like sitting down. Your legs are sort of free in front of you, but like you are in a seated position tied to this piece of rock. And from
Calm
your
down,
position, Torlak, you can see that there is a guard just around that corner.
Oh, so there's a guard. Like, okay, so Quincy's gonna say in a lower register then. Calm down now, Torlak. It's worth exercising some patience. Wait until the proper time before we make our heroic escape.
Okay. He grunts back at you.
All right.
All three of your legs are free and back. That was great.
Okay. Let's see. The Kraz comes back in after a little while longer, sees that Torlak's awake, and kind of looks at you and goes, "Where are survivors?
We survive here.
Where are the other survivors of the town?"
Survivor town? What? Torlak is like legit confused.
Torlak was not there.
Oh,
Present for the assault.
you mean when big fire happened?
Yes.
I not there.
You?
He kind of looks uncomfortable and he doesn't say anything.
Where were you?
Old lady, she do something to me.
Huh?
I
Old
don't know.
lady?
Yeah,
Who was old lady?
old hag lady. She do something to me. I think she drug me. And she steal my eye.
Kraz looks at both of your eyes. You have two eyes. But I see one is different. Hag lady. Where is Hag lady?
Forest, right? She's in the forest? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
Exasperated, Kraz grunts again. Which forest? There are many forests on island.
Forest with big trees and building and little farm.
I remember how to get there if you'd like to be guided.
Yes. Take us to Hag Lady and Forest. Then a few minutes later, Drakvin will wake up. They're waiting for Drakvin to wake up before they haul all of you, have you guys lead them to Forest Hag Lady.
All right.
Let's switch over to the other map here.
Yeah, so we're looking at multiple days of travel, right?
Like, you guys think
We
we're getting a
just
long
came
rest?
here from there. Oh my god.
Let's.
We're gonna go back.
You guys are in the woods over here. Yep. So this is where you are.
Yeah, and then she was like way over here or something.
No.
No. Up. I don't remember if it was here or here,
Okay, yeah.
but we
maybe.
have that stone.
That's right. All you got to do is put the stone in your mouth, and you can be.
Yeah. Torlak, you've already jumped over that edge. You might as well be the one to do it again.
I don't want to do it again.
Look, just put the rock in your mouth. It's
No,
not such
you
a big...
put rock in your mouth, and I'm gonna intimidate him into putting the rock.
Kraz, can you put the rock in your mouth?
I am not putting any rocks in my mouth. Don't be ridiculous.
Torlak, just put the rock in your mouth.
I'm gonna intimidate Quincy into putting. The
I'm gonna
rock.
respond with Quincy's persuasive charm.
Yeah, respond with your persuasion.
Where's
I'm
my
sure you're gonna beat
persuasion?
my 9 intimidation. Jeez.
I have
I'm rolling
316.
so bad today.
Torlak,
Okay,
you've
what do you
already
say
jumped
to
over.
convince
You've
Torlak?
already jumped over this ledge. What possible harm could come from you doing it a second time?
What if she take my other eye?
Couldn't she do it already? You've already put the rock in your mouth. How would that facilitate losing your other eye if you did it again?
Maybe if maybe I do it again and then that how other eye go.
But that doesn't make sense. If it was a cursed object, then you're already cursed. The curse can't become double cursed. Curses don't work that way.
Torlak looks at you, and then he thinks about it. He's like, "You right." He does not know anything about Christmas.
I don't either.
The roast rock back in his fucking mouth. Oh,
Give me a Constitution check again, there,
Gross.
Torlak, as it just
Oh my god.
turns under your tongue, and it feels so weird. And oh, there you go. That's nice. You get the good rolls when it matters.
When you put weird rocks that old ladies have licked. And then they steal your eyeballs. Like, what the hell? What is she doing with my eyeball? And what? I don't
Wait,
know.
are one of your eyes fake now, or?
She has a different eye,
It's a
I think.
blue colored eye. My eyes are
Okay.
normally like orange. And
Okay,
my
okay.
one of my eyes is blue now.
Um,
I don't know what it means, okay?
so, Kraz begins to lead you through the woods until you guys hit the open plain, and at which point she kind of waits.
Question though, I
for
can
you.
see normally out of both of the eyes.
Yeah, definitely.
One is a different color.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we've long rested at this point, right?
No.
talking
This is
more
a
than
few hours later.
Okay, let me know when you got that long
I'll
rest.
let you know.
Yeah, we're waiting on that.
So you get to the edge of the forest, to the open plain, and the ropes have been changed so that your hands are bound behind your back, and then you're in a line of like one person tied to the next, tied to the next. And just as Kraz is saying, "Go, lead us the way," Torlak, in your mind, you hear this soft voice saying, "Torlak, dear, I owe you a favor. Would you like to collect now?"
How you talk to me? She's here.
I'm talking to you with my voice. Which way to the old lady? Olak, my darling, would you like some help?
Torlak's like holding his hands on his head, and he's like, "Oh no, she talked to me. Oh no."
You try and you realize your hands are behind your back, and you can't stop your ears. Oh God, you can't make it
Muffle
stop.
like one at a time against
Yeah,
his shoulders and like goes, oh god, the other ear.
Yeah.
What's wrong with him? What is he doing?
He's been a little bit out of sorts ever since the vanishing. Look, I can lead you part of the way, and then Torlak can get you the rest of the way.
Then go.
I know the general location, and then Quincy will start going.
All right. The group shifts, so
Who's
Quincy is
who's like next to me, like
It-
as I'm walking? Are we
it's-
next to each other?
no, you're front to back. It goes Torlak, Quincy, Drakven, and so now Quincy is in the middle and trying to lead, which makes Torlak have to turn sideways to walk. And
Well, yeah,
it's
no,
now
once
super
Torlak
awkward.
has
Okay,
to
if
come
I'm
back
walking
to his senses a
sideways
little bit.
next to Quincy, I'm gonna try to like whisper to Quincy that like I think she tried to talk to me in my head.
And
She's saying we can get favor from her.
well, we already made one deal with the devil. We're probably going to die if we don't make another.
Well, what should I ask for?
Free us. Our gear too. Killing Kraz would be fantastic. But if that's not possible, then we could settle for being freed and recovering our items and making a merry escape.
Okay, Torlak says to his brain, I guess, like he doesn't
Did
know
you
how
say
this
it
works.
loud, or are you thinking it?
He's saying it out
We
loud.
were like whispering because like Torlak
Actually,
had to
hold
walk
on.
sideways.
He's really dumb, so I'm just gonna roll an intelligence check for myself.
Oh,
He's smart. He doesn't say it out loud. For once in his life, he
Oh my
doesn't.
God.
What a stupid place to use a crit.
Having like a Dory moment where she's like getting her memory back at the end or whatever. You're doing it.
And what do
Torlak
you,
thinks to himself what Quincy just said,
which is
which is that he's like, free us, give us gear. If you can kill Crest, that'd be nice. We'll take freedom if it can be.
all right. You're walking through the plains, and things grow shady, kind of like the sun is setting, or it's about to hit a solar eclipse, and everything kind of just gets dim. And then it slowly begins to get brighter. And the three of you find yourself still tied up in the front yard of Hagatha's hut.
Did our gear get transported with us out of curiosity?
Just what you were wearing.
Darn. Gonna have to buy a new bow.
And there's Hagatha standing before you in the doorway to her house. Hello, friends. I see our debts have been paid. And oh, Torlak, the things we have seen. It's been well worth it, I believe.
Did you happen to get our gear along with us? Quincy starts like fumbling with the knots that have tied his hands behind his back now that he's not too worried about trying to struggle against them.
I'm sorry, darling. It looks like your captors had already thrown it all into the river.
Oh, I guess we have to go back to the river then.
If you wish to throw away your own life, I can think of better ways for you to die.
Well, I mean, an archer is nothing without his bow. I need to go find the bow. It's as simple as that. There's no other way
How
around
about
it.
we start with you untie us?
She produces a curved blade, steps forward and cuts the ropes from Torlak's hands, and the ropes that bind Torlak to Quincy. Goes,
Into
there.
my eye.
I've paid my debts to you now, Torlak. You may free your friends as you please.
He takes the dagger from her and cuts them loose.
Well,
What'd you do to my eye?
which one?
Both of them?
Well, one of them I've left intact. One of them I've exchanged.
What you mean you exchanged? Where's my eye?
Does it matter? Does it really matter?
Yes, my eye. It matters.
You have two good ones right there. Even better than good eyes. Because with this blue one, I can see everything you see. Not for that, I wouldn't have been able to help you out of that bind, my friend.
I
Huh,
don't
well,
know
isn't that
about it.
creepy? Perhaps we should be on our way, friends.
Well, hold
She
on.
can see in my eye. That not weird?
Very weird. I agree.
What do you make of the dragon that we slayed? You said you saw it through Torlak's eyes. Do you know anything of this dragon?
Most peculiar one indeed. Such dragons are not typically found around here. Undead dragons are a rarity indeed.
Do you know anything about why it was here or why it was undead? Who possesses the power to bring back such a beast and enslave it for their own purposes on this island?
She takes a stick from the wood pile next to her by the front door, squats down on the ground, and begins carving that an F into the dirt, and puts a circle around it. Have you seen this symbol before?
Have we?
I don't recall.
On the necks of your enemies?
Well, I think we did. We saw branding on those draconian dudes, right?
I don't recall at all.
Were there any on those
I remember
kobolds that we
that.
slew back in the town?
I
Yes,
wrote a
there
note
were.
of it.
What about those Aarakocra? I don't know how to pronounce that race. The bird people, the undead bird people.
Yeah, you've seen this tattooed F, this F tattooed on, or burned, or branded, various different forms, and onto the necks of many of the enemies that you've slain. I think we discussed it in like the third episode.
Okay. So it wasn't just somebody paying respects. It's actually like a significant thing.
Yes, it's definitely not someone paying respects.
Okay.
What about it? What is the significance of this branding? Is this the person bringing these monsters back from the dead?
Perhaps something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but not all of these monsters are undead, though many seem to be.
What do you know of Drandon? or Draindon, or whatever the wizard that owns the large tower east of here.
The baddest mage around? Yes.
Do you know his first name by chance?
Durandon is his first name.
Do you know his
What's
full
his
name?
Full name.
She pauses and considers softly and goes, I don't believe that's within the scope of our discussion here today.
Well, there's somebody back in town who might be interested in making a deal with you to learn that name. They seem to be
No.
driving themselves crazy over it.
Ignore the wench back in town. I'm sure there's some favor that a group of adventurers such as us could perform for you that you can't do of your own. We've performed favors of you in the past. We would gladly exchange our services.
Yes, I always have a need for warm bodies.
I think I'm fine without making such a deal.
Don't you want to know who the baddest mage is in all this land? He could be the most ferocious adversary that we've encountered yet. He might be
Particularly.
Was, my dear Drakven, was.
See, he's not
Long
around.
dead
I can't
now.
shoot someone who's long dead.
Yes. As for this, she circles the F again. I believe this is the clue that will lead you where you need to go. The symbol of the enemy is powerful indeed, if used correctly.
So what is? Okay, this is just the F symbol thing.
The F with the circle.
What we do with it?
If you give me one of your fingers, I'll tell you.
No, I keep my fingers.
You sure? It's just one of 20 digits.
No, they
5%. Not even a whole percentage of your life force. I'll take
No.
a toe.
No.
Well, technically, Torlak, you don't need your smallest toe for balance reasons. It's actually a vestigial organ if you think about it
And
that
you
way.
get for your toe.
Oh, I'm fine.
Well, fine. I'm sure the three of you are clever enough to figure it out. Have a good day, everyone. And, if you're interested in knowing Drandrin's full name, I will contact you when I have a task that requires your forms.
Okay. I guess our goal would be we need to figure out. Are we leaving then? Are we good to leave?
Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's go back
Yes,
to town. I need
I'm
to
really creeped
find a
out,
longbow.
like- I do not want to lose fingers or toes.
Is it possible to get another object through which to channel your arcaneness through to cast spells?
Yes.
Okay. I should know this. I'm sorry. Can you just like find a thing and do it, or does that have to be of significance to your?
It's got to be of significance. If you go back to town, it's possible that such things can be looted from the remainder of the city, especially since your contacts back in town have been trying to gather any supplies that are around. There might be one lying about, or perhaps Colleen Pixie Bottom has a spare one. There are options for finding these things back in town.
Gotcha. Okay. How many days journey is this? This is like a 1 or 2 day journey.
Less than that, yeah. It's like a half-day
okay.
journey to town. Not even a half-day journey. Yeah. So off you go through the open woods, wearing just your clothes for Quincy and Drakven, and for Torlak, absolutely nothing. How do you get the armor to not chafe?
It's thick ogre skin.
Yeah, he's got like thick red.
Oh, it's not metal
Or
armor.
orc
It's
skin.
like leather. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he wears studded leather. I
All
believe.
right, that makes sense. That's not going to
Although
chafe.
leather does chafe, just letting you know.
Yeah.
Leather armor, it like scratches. It's
Mm.
not lovely.
All right, so Rashi Torlak is walking back to town with you guys.
Well, I think Torlak could probably handle it. Me as Maggie, probably not
Oh, gotcha.
so.
We've long rested at this point, right?
Oh,
Nope,
yeah.
still not.
Oh, wait, really? Oh, we got freed on the first day. That's right.
Right. But you make it back to town a little bit later. and make your way back to the remnants of the Shamrock Saloon, where
On
there
the way,
are
I want to
people.
stop by the keep and take a quick look around to see if there's any like old bows or something lying around.
No, as you get to the keep and start looking about, it appears that things have been moved. There's clearly the sign of like someone has cleared a path through here and stacked the rocks over there, and bodies are that you are sure that you saw before are missing now, and it looks like someone has done a good job of ransacking and cleaning everything up.
Okay. And there's nothing that's been like stacked together. Like it looks like it's been kind of stripped clean, not just like organized.
Definitely, it doesn't look like it's well organized. As you get back to the Shamrock Saloon, you find it in a semi-functional state. There's no conversation, or there's no music. Just people standing around, sitting around, talking in low voices. Gloria is there, and she sees you coming in without any of your stuff, and puts her hands on her hips and goes, "My God, what happened to you?"
I need nap.
We felled the dragon only to be beaten up by hobgoblins afterwards.
How's that for?
I don't know. Sad. Look, I want a drink.
Luckily, there's a little bit of ale left, and she will pour you each a glass.
Turlock is just going to chug it and then like pass out.
Well, Marion is here. Perhaps you should speak to him, she says, and motions to the a spot kind of on the far side of the bar, just near that trapdoor that you guys went through before. And you see Marion sitting at a table, having a conversation with two other people. A male and female halfling.
All right, I guess we walk over to Marion to chat with Marion then.
Sure. He's sitting there. The halflings finish up what they're saying with him as you guys approach, and he kind of, under his breath, shoos them away and looks towards the two of you. I think Torlak is passing out on the bar and says, "Sounds like you found Colleen Pixiebottom. She's come back already."
Oh, yes, we did that first.
Yeah. She should be waiting for you. She insists on maintaining her own house. You were supposed to bring back a captive for her to question?
That was the plan.
It doesn't look like things have gone according to plan.
Well, there was the dragon. What was that ungodly noise that I just heard?
One of my messengers calls out for me every time they have something. They're just on the other side of the wall. Quiet over there, Scotty.
Interesting.
He should really get that checked. His larynx does not sound healthy.
Well, if you guys have nothing to talk about, obviously, I mean, look at us. We're in dire straits. We need to find another set of equipment. Surely some of your soldiers or some of the people that you could start with will have extra equipment or something that we can use.
He nods quickly. Yes, we've gathered weapons and armor in town. What do you need?
Longbow. If you have studded leather armor, that'll suffice. Chainmail would be good too.
We have leather and studded leather armor. We have longbows, long swords, short swords.
Scimitar?
No scimitars.
Unfortunate.
Long sword or arming sword, though. That'll do.
You said short swords?
Short swords.
Very well. Yeah, and so Quincy will probably get like a list from the party, right, and kind of like sort out everything that we need, and he'll probably take care of the army and stuff, and let the others take care of the contacts.
Marion gives a nod to the female halfling that was sitting with him a moment ago, and she comes over and listens to your order form, your requisition as it may be, and goes to gather what you need. So you guys need studded leather for Quincy, a pair of short swords, a longbow, a quiver. You can get 30 arrows. What do you need, Drakvin?
Do you have a longsword +1? A magical longsword?
No, there is a longsword, but no longsword +1.
All right, then I guess I would need a longsword, a shield.
Yep, you can get a shield.
Should we just like clear out our?
Everything else. Yep.
What about that anti-magic skull?
If you had that with you while you were traveling, it is gone now.
That was in the tavern, or did you?
No,
take
he took it with him.
Yeah.
Took it with us. Okay, then they have just a normal longsword.
Yep.
Okay, and then a normal shield.
Yep.
Okay. Some sort of arcane object then.
An arcane focus? Yeah. Let me just read up on arcane focuses for a moment, but I think you should be able to find something.
Preferably an orb or something I can attach to my waist.
Right. Arcane focus is a specific item. Designed to channel the power of arcane spells. A sorcerer. Perfect. So Marion says you'll have to ask Colleen Pixiebottom for one. He doesn't have any. There weren't any lying around the town, but Colleen should have a few. Torlak, I know you're unconscious right now, but let's just deal with your stuff as well. What are you going to?
Yeah, I think Quincy saw a lot of it, and
Studded leather, a great axe if possible.
No great axes lying around, unfortunately. Will a maul do?
Great maul or a maul?
There is a maul. Actually, there's a great sword that the executioner of the town used that was buried under some rubble. Will that do for you?
Potentially, that could work. Yeah, a great sword. It's not gonna be as good as a great axe, but
I'm sorry.
you live.
Okay.
I'll grab the stats on that.
So studded leather and a great sword for you. And anything else you need, Torlak?
Javelins or
There's a single javelin.
single javelin.
Yeah. And after you guys have been given this gear, Marion would like to chat with you. So what have you found? You said something about a dragon. What do you know of the enemy?
Well, there's an undead dragon that we fought and managed to kill. I think it was bronze in life and decaying bronze in death. We discovered the all of the undead, those creatures that have been rising. We've encountered many of them in our travels. They're all branded with some letter F on them, and somehow it's some symbol of power that's reanimating them.
Yes, I too have seen such a thing.
Oh, what else?
Seems to be some sort of uniting banner or sigil that shakes his head. I don't know what to make of it. He shakes his head.
I don't know anything. It seems the hobgoblins might still be interested in you, so it might be worth considering keeping this place defended or finding somewhere else to move. We encountered Kraz in the cave after killing the dragon, and she was asking about this, who survived, how many there were, all that.
We should probably leave the town. Any survivors that would have come should already have been here.
Is there another settlement you guys are using?
What about that
or-
ruined town up north? The one that we cleared out might be a good place to move. It's right on the coast.
Might be able to hope for rescue from there if we want to abandon the island. Yeah, that could do well.
I think it has walls as well, too. You could probably set up some sort of fortified gate.
A few day journey.
It did have walls, right?
It did, yeah. Some semi-intact walls, yeah.
Right.
Yes, that will work. Well, I will begin moving everyone north. It's a damn shame we don't have a ship, or that the river's clogged.
Well, at least the bridge is fixed, so at least going on foot shouldn't be too difficult.
Excellent. And what about you three? He looks over at sleeping Torlak. What are your plans? Are you coming with us, getting the hell off this damn island, or are you sticking around?
Oh, I came here for the adventure.
I've had
Plenty of adventure in the past few weeks. Why would I turn back now? No, I plan to stay, but I don't know. You would give up this whole expedition?
He gives a half-hearted shrug. Can't spend money if you're dead.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
I don't know. I'd rather not. I'd rather not call it quits. Seems like a bit of a waste to put all the effort in coming here only to abandon it as soon as things get rough.
I respect that. And we won't be leaving, not until a ship happens to pass by that we can flag down safely. So, you need things. I'm sure we can still do business as still collecting, as it may be. Well,
All right, I guess that's all. That's all we have to communicate with each other.
Yeah,
We'll
we
head on
didn't
our
learn
way.
anything else, did we, Drakvin? It was just undead dragon, hobgoblins
need to-
suck as per usual. Oh, Kraz. Do we know anything about Kraz? Is she aligned with the hobgoblin like war camps or?
well, she is a hobgoblin, so I suppose she's probably aligned with the hobgoblin war camps, but I haven't seen who their leader is. I think the magistrate sent some people to figure it out. They're probably dead by now.
How many fighting men do you guys have left here?
6?
You're going to want to arm some peasants, I think.
Have you seen armed peasants? They're more of a danger to you than they are to the enemy. But perhaps.
Yes, I'm not saying give them weapons and tell them to go running. I'm saying give them an instructor to teach them how to fight with spears. It's not that hard.
I will do what we can. We need to get north first.
Look, by the rules of 5th edition D&D, I'm proficient in every weapon imaginable. How hard can it be? I've learned every art of combat there could possibly ever be. I'm only 20.
All right, let's go talk to Pixie Bottle or whatever. Let's get out of here. I'm done. This is boring. There's nothing
Cool.
to talk to this guy about. He can't help us with anything.
Yeah.
All right. You guys can head over to Colleen Pixie Bottoms. And there she is in her tiny little gnome-sized building. Torlak, I guess, isn't here. He's asleep on the bar. The two of you can enter her house.
He also can't get in her house anyway.
Oh, that's true. Poor Torlak. She sees you. Hello. Where's our subject for interrogation?
Not here.
Yeah, we had problems.
It's okay.
I need to focus through which to channel my magics. Do you have an extra object so that we can use it to go and capture and interrogate or bring you a subject for interrogation?
Absolutely. I have many. But what happened to yours? It seems like a good sorcerer would never let their arcane focus out of their sight. I'm not gonna have to keep getting you new ones, am I?
No, of course not. We just happened upon some trouble. Definitely won't happen again. You know this island. It's a pretty crazy place.
She nods. That's true. I almost dropped mine down that magic couch. She goes into a cupboard, opens it up, and pulls out a few different things. There's a rod with a crystal ball attached to it, like a small ball at the end of the rod. There is a kind of like childish looking wand. It's like a twig that's been painted bright colors all over the place.
Ooh, I think that one's very you, Drakvin. I like it.
And then there is a silver fist that is just kind of like a clenched fist that comes down to about here. She pulls the three and sets them out before you.
For the rules of arcane objects, if I see a wand with an orb at the end, is the assumption that the
One.
orb itself,
No, it's
the-
the full thing is one thing.
the full thing?
Yeah, if you break off the orb, it's likely to break the whole magical focus.
Gotcha. Christ, what kind of children's museum did you pillage these objects from?
These are out of my personal collection. I happen to like all of them. She pulls her own, which is kind of a pinkish, purplish, like swished tie-dye colored orb that she has hanging from her side. This is mine. It's my favorite.
How is the fist is something that I could slide in my pocket or hang off my belt, or is this?
Yeah, you could do either of those
Okay.
with a little bit of string, which she can help you with.
I guess I'll take this, the least ridiculous object you set before me, and I'll
'cause
take the
fisting
fist.
is not weird at all.
Well, it's either that or the
Thanks, Torlak.
yeah.
No problem.
Okay, yeah, I take the fist and I attach it to my belt. Okay. Do we need anything else from here, or should I think we need to have a conversation about what we're gonna do next?
Yes, I'm a bit lost at the moment.
You guys can take a long rest, and and in the morning have your conversation if that's what you'd like.
Yeah,
sure.
sounds good.
It
All
has
right.
been about an hour, so this might also be if you want to take a break here.
Sure, we'll take a break here, and when we come back, we'll see what the hell you guys are going to do, because I don't even know. I'm sure we'll figure it out. So we'll see you guys in like 5 minutes or something. Bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Heroes Graveyard. So,
Why are you shaking?
Yeah, I think Torlak is in like a semi-drunk coma right now. You know, just sleeping it off.
Still naked, but there's clothes on the way. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. Quincy might like throw a blanket over him for some
Yeah,
some
because he's like
modesty.
sitting on the bar stool and his butt cheeks are
mm,
there for everyone to see.
Yeah.
mhm.
But I think we go to bed early that night and get up bright and early the next day. And
Well, that's so sweet of you, bringing him a blanket.
Oh,
Um,
best
I mean, you know.
friends forever.
like yeah, like you know, not gonna leave somebody in an embarrassing situation like that, even if it is funny.
See, but the thing is, I don't think Torlak is embarrassed by he's all about like, love your body.
That's fair.
It's good
Hold on,
mental.
wait a second. When we were getting stuff from Marion, I forgot to mention that I was wearing chain armor. Should I go back and get that, or
You
is that?
can get studded leather. There's no chain to be found.
Oh boy, okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm in the lucky case where that
He
actually
gave
doesn't
us
change the
options
AC.
that were not chain.
Yeah. Getting all your gear stolen by the enemy is a pretty shitty thing.
Okay. Oh wait. Oh, never mind.
So it's a new morning. You're rested.
Quincy convenes them bright and early and says, "So I think we should go find Kraz and kill her."
We could try to track down where we thought they were headed. She was traveling pretty lightly. She didn't have very much in the way of bodyguards, so
Right.
yeah. I mean,
We know we were telling them to go to the forest. They might try to go there still.
How
Either
do
way,
we
I
know
think they're going to be
there's not
traveling
more of
along
them?
the river.
I mean, we don't have much of a choice at this point, Turlock, unless you have another suggestion.
Weren't you talking last night about maybe painting one of those Fs on Torlak to blend into a camp of those thralls?
I mean, we can do that, but I like the tracking Torlak idea, or the tracking Kraz idea more. I think that's probably a little bit safer.
I do too.
Okay, how we track this Kraz?
Well, so pulling up our mental image of the map here, we all mentally bond and look at the same map in our own minds. So we
Mental
were around
bonding.
here-ish somewhat when we were teleported away. I would imagine Kraz is going to be moving along this river, so they're going to be somewhere in this region. So if we head southwest right now, we should maybe collide with them.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the tracker. I mean, I don't do this hunting war party stuff. So yeah, if that's what you think we should do, we'll head out and try.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
hunt him
you know,
down.
I'm
so
good at
where are like the bridges? Where would
keeping
you
track.
theoretically cross the rivers?
There is a bridge right here, and there's a bridge right here. Yeah.
So they're probably going to be going up that way because otherwise, like they were wearing heavy armor. I don't think they're going to go swimming across those rivers unless they find a shallow to wade across.
It's also
They
a
were wearing.
bridge here. Because the gold mine is back in this corner.
Oh, they could go back to the gold mine, I guess. But then we could just go to the gold mine and kill them. Or we could take the gold.
It might just take us longer to get that way.
Sure, and you know, as we all know, this is D&D 5e. What's the difference between one night and 5 nights? They'll be at full health either way.
Yeah, as long as you don't make us combat before we've had a rest.
Yes.
Quincy.
So, what do you think? I think tracking down Kraz and killing her is the way to go. That's just me.
Should we
That always plan anyway.
should we return to the cave with the dragon and look for our buddy Devo, or do we just leave him there? As much as I hate to bring his name up.
Well, can you turn a man from stone to flesh?
I can't, but maybe Wigglebottom or Hagatha can do something. I'm not sure.
I'm not making a deal with Hagatha. I mean, if you want to, that's your prerogative. But
I would like to survive on this island, and right now I feel like we're running out of alternatives.
well,
If we go towards gold mine, maybe we get him first.
Sure, let's set up our ambush and
perhaps we could make a deal with Kraz after defeating her. Perhaps she's a strong enough cleric.
Perhaps let's find Kraz then. Let's not waste time. Let's go.
Perfect. All right, and we head out bright and early, like at dawn, to head
Before dawn,
southwest.
pre-dawn.
Is this
Pre-dawn, yeah.
Gear on or
Oh yeah, we got all our gear now.
okay? When we're having this conversation, we have gear. Cool.
Okay.
I will verbalize my stone armor spell.
Sure. So, what is your destination? Ping it for me again, please. So I know
So
exactly
right now
where you're
we're going on like a scouting route. Quincy is a scout, by the way.
Right.
In fact, let me see if there's any sort of like mechanical.
Yeah, we're
advantage.
basically going this direction,
Yeah, we're basically going. Oh, crap. Yeah, like that.
but potentially this way. But I think we'd go down and get Devo if we have to.
Yeah, I think
I like
Quincy
that this
is.
says Devo there. Don't listen to that chat. This Devo's not really there. It's all lies. and slander.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
need
I
a
think-
new token.
I think Devo is like Quincy is fine with collecting him, but I think we should do it second. Like we're not gonna be able to turn him back to flesh.
Correct.
I think it's a little inconvenient to go get him first thing and carry that statue around with us all over
Yep.
the place.
So let's look for Kraz first.
Yeah. No, for sure. I'm just saying, like, if we get that far, we're thinking that we're gonna run into Kraz before we get there. Is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Here's a Quincy for you instead of a Devo.
Okay, there is no. It's what I specialized in, but there's no specific mechanical advantage
Sure.
that it.
That's
points out.
fine, but you got the background of scout. We'll make sure that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um,
So basically, I think we're gonna take a route probably that's like a little bit jagged to try and like cover more ground to make sure that we're kind of keeping an eye out.
Sure,
If we
but-
don't see them anywhere, we'll just
Perfect.
go across that bridge and head for the gold mine.
perfect.
I drew all over your nice map and I can't delete it anymore. So
That's fine.
I
I'll
also
take.
don't see a Quincy.
You don't see a Quincy right where I pinged?
No,
That's
I don't see
okay.
one. I don't see
Sometimes
one either.
roll 20 is finicky.
I can just refresh maybe.
Yeah, that'll probably
That's
fix
a-
it.
That's a way to say it.
I mean, nothing is perfect, you know? So you spend a day.
Does its job decently.
Yeah. You spend a day trekking across the plain, wiggling around. You know, if the sun
Wait, why
is.
are we wiggling?
He means like going back and forth searching for.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, not like actually wiggling as you walk.
Oh, cool.
It's
I
not
do have
the-
a thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I see it.
You make your way around the woods, and as the sun sets on this surprisingly warm and sunny and peaceful day, you guys find yourself making camp.
Okay.
That night in camp, let's see what happens.
Goes perfectly smoothly.
Yeah.
Nothing bad happens at all.
That is absolutely a possibility.
That means it's not going to happen. It's too late.
So, Drakvin, you are on watch when I want you to make me a perception check. Excellent. You're on watch when you feel fingernails kind of running gently between that spot of the back of the hair on the back of your neck and the, where your shirt covers your shoulder blades. Just kind of 3 fingernails gently running down you.
I mean, Dragman would hop up and turn around.
And there is Hagatha standing before you. Good evening, Drakvin. I didn't want to disturb the others. They look like they need their beauty rest. I'm sure I won't take too much of your time. You were wondering if there was a trade we could make? I have thought of something I could use the 3 of you for.
What would you have us do?
That, box that turned poor Devo Fizzle Snap to stone? I want it.
Where is this box?
Oh, right where you left it. Don't touch it, my dear. Don't touch it, like poor Devo. The hobgoblins left it there for the very reason that Devo is stone now. If you can find a way to bring it back to me, I will answer your questions for you.
What, Oh, I'm sorry. Let me, just collect my thoughts. What were we trading this for again? Just for
You had
questions, for
asked-
information?
For Drandon's last name.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk to the rest, but I think this is probably an agreeable trade. I think we'll do it.
Excellent. You know the way to my home? Just suck on the stone and it'll take you there.
All right. Hopefully we'll see you in a few days' time.
Bye. And she recedes into the darkness. And eventually your watch ends and everyone wakes up the next morning.
All right. I assume I haven't spoken to them yet.
Nope. They're waking up now.
All right, listen up, guys. I was approached last night by the hag from the woods. She wants that chest, and she'll give us answers if we can get that chest to her. I think we should do this.
What answers?
To our questions of who this Drandon guy is, whoever's running the island.
Well,
It's
you could have a
possible-
magic longbow.
Exactly. It's possible that if we can get access to that tower, we can bring that pixie bosom girl or whatever with us, and we could try and get into that tower. Maybe there's something there that could be useful to us.
How we get chest?
I mean, I can carry it magically, not telepathically. But yeah, I mean, I can move it as long as I have somebody walk.
You have that magic hand, right? You could tie a rope to it with that, and then we could drag it physically.
Sure.
How heavy is chest?
I don't know. I can't weigh things by eyeball.
That'd be a
I'm just
useful
saying 'cause
talent.
You might not be able to use that, depending how heavy it is. Just letting you know. Out of character, you might not be able to carry it with your.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
sure.
you could
I'm
like
sure we
tie a
can-
rope with the mage hand, right?
Yeah, sure.
But you'd. Oh, I
Well,
see.
we would tie a rope with
Tie
a mage
rope
hand,
and
and then we
somebody
would
else pulls
manipulate
it.
And then, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, we're in agreement. We should start heading out to reclaim this chest.
Sure. Do we want to stop and kill Kraz along the way?
I mean, we can keep an eye out for any tracks, anybody related to them, but I'm not a betting man. This is something that's guaranteed. We get the chest, we bring it back to Hagatha, we get information, we go to the tower. This is the path before us that is assured. If we go after Kraz, I'm not sure how many people she's traveling with right now, if we'll even find her. I mean, if we encounter her along the way, then maybe we can do
Sure.
something.
If we find tracks, we'll make a detour like with the dragon. But otherwise, we go for the cave and take the chest and leave Devo.
Sure.
Okay.
Torlak, didn't you hold on to that? Weren't you grabbing that chest when we were in the cave?
Torlak gasps and turns to stone.
I didn't grab the chest. No.
You did. You never had it. You were never holding on to it when you offered it to them. You didn't make a check. Neil, is this?
I don't think Torlak picked it up. I think Torlak offered it to them. Was I
was still
mistaken
on
here,
the ground.
Torlak?
I offered it to them. I don't
Answer
know. I don't
carefully.
know if I could have carried it or what. I don't know how. I wasn't envisioning any of that. I just was offering them the chest. That
I interpreted it as like a gesture sort of offer, not as a pickup offer.
Okay, that's good to know. All right. Then if we're all in agreement, I think we head off towards the cave.
Sure. And then Quincy, with his scouting background, will keep an eye out for tracks along the way and see if he sees signs of Kraz's party moving by.
Excellent. And give me a perception check, Quincy, while you're actually a nature check while you're looking for tracks.
Nature. Okay, that's much worse than perception for me. With a 12.
You know what? That's all you need because you find some nice, heavy, dirty footprints that look hobgoblin sized right
How
about
old do they
here.
look?
Fairly fresh.
Can you mark where they were again?
Yeah, you see them right here, heading that
Excellent.
way.
heading
Wait.
north or south.
This way.
That way. These tracks are fresh. And Quincy will kind of like point out the direction.
And is this is headed in the same direction or away from the cave we're
Northwest.
headed?
Away from the cave, but they're
Wait.
fresh. We could probably, if we hurry, we could probably catch up to them. Kraz had 2 bodyguards with her. I'd
Two
take those odds.
guards. By
How
your
many
best.
footprints?
Sorry.
How many you see?
With a
How many-
12, it's at least 2, but you can't tell how many. 12's not quite
There's at least 2
enough.
tracks. I'd guess 3. Unless more have come to meet Kraz. But if we get the drop on them, right? Bear in mind, I am a scout. I could probably tell from a distance how many are there.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Let's follow him. I hate this lady.
I do too.
She took all my things.
Agreed. What an awful person. Let us go exact our revenge. And Quincy will start leading the party off after these tracks.
Wonderful. You follow the tracks, which appear and disappear as the terrain changes around you, until you spot some 600 feet away a wooden tower in the distance, kind of above the tree line. of the small forest the very sparse forest that you find yourself in.
A wooden tower above the tree line?
Yep.
Okay, so Quincy's gonna move into. Well, actually, wait. So are we like in those trees then?
Yeah, there's like a soft, sparse forest that is spread out around here, and you can see it's not just a wooden tower sticking above the trees, it's a wooden tower with a hobgoblin in it sticking above the trees.
Okay, so this seems more like a fort than just. Or is it. Is there any sign of like there being an additional wall, or is it just like the one tower?
It's just the one tower, and you can barely see it sticking up above the tree line.
Okay. All right. So Quincy, knowing that he has pretty good stealth now that he's not wearing his chainmail, is going to say, "I'm going to go take a quick look ahead. If you hear me screaming, 'Oh God, they found me!' that means that they found me, and you should come to my aid."
Okay, that seems easy.
Are we getting a map of any kind to see everything, or? Is this
No, it's
still
600 feet
magic?
away. It's too far away
okay.
to be put on a map.
I could actually shoot that one in the tower from here, but
That might
Actually,
alert
that's,
them to
like-
your presence.
it would, right? But here's the thing: we're 600 feet away in the trees, right? Imagine if Quincy shoots this guy from 600 feet away and then ducks into the cover.
Yeah, but we don't want to scare them off. We want to get the drop on them, right? We don't want to let them know we're coming.
yeah. Okay, so Quincy's gonna sneak up, using his stealth, kind of like dodging through tree lines and trying to hide beneath the canopy to stay away from like that watchtower sight.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna try and get close enough just to kind of get a. He doesn't need to get like super close, but I want to get a gauge for how many hobgoblins are in this area.
Sure, give me a stealth check to see your approach.
Stealth should be. Oh, I got that +4. 17 for my stealth check.
All right, Quincy. You approach to within what's this? To within 100 feet. You can see a damaged old bridge across a small river. The river's maybe 30 or 40 feet across. There are two braziers on the other side of the river, both burning, even though it's the middle of the day. There is now two hobgoblins standing in a tower right next to the bridge, two hobgoblins on the bridge, and two more standing around.
Do any of them look clearly like Kraz?
No, none of them look like Kraz.
And it's just the tower, right?
Tower,
In terms of, like,
bridge,
structure.
yeah.
Okay.
Here, why don't I bring you to this?
Okay, so Quincy's gonna take a quick fall back then toward the party.
Sure.
I feel like I've seen this map before.
Someone might have seen this map before.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Oh, one thing
the
from 100 feet
dining
out.
is map
Are these guys
before.
wearing like chainmail, like the ones that we saw before?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see then. Yeah, I'm gonna fall back to the party and relay that news. That I did not see Kraz, but I did see. I saw 5 hobgoblins ish, maybe 6, and then I think it was 6 actually. Yeah, so I saw, I believe, 6 hobgoblins. I did not see any sign of Kraz. I think these ones are just guarding the bridge, and Kraz went ahead. We could kill them here and then run off to the cave,
For what purpose?
thinning their numbers.
It seems like there's an endless horde of these monsters. I don't know if killing 6 would be worth our time.
XPs.
That's true. We haven't accumulated any honor this session.
So there were 2, one on each tower over near the bridge.
There's one tower. There were 2 in the tower, and then 2 on either side of the bridge, I believe.
Do they seem
Or
like any of them have station
station?
rank?
Oh, it didn't seem like it. I can't really tell from 100 feet out, you know?
Okay.
I could
They,
probably spot Kraz, but I can't necessarily tell if one's bigger than the other.
Did we see if they were holding bows or swords or?
Yeah, what were they equipped with?
The 2 in the tower had bows. The other 4 had longswords and shields.
Two ranged characters, and the rest of them were all melee. If you could pin down the melee ones, I could take care of the ones in the watchtower.
Let's kill these foul vermin. I'm ready to go.
Excellent. I was hoping you would say that.
All right. I
And,
will want everybody to make me stealth checks to see how
Okay.
well you can sneak up
Do
on
I
these suckers.
roll my current one, or do I just roll my current one over, or?
No, we'll keep yours because you've already made your way there and back, so
Yeah.
you're fine.
Oh,
All right.
22.
Ooh,
Um,
Torlak.
It is not too difficult to sneak through the woods unnoticed. Woods are pretty good cover, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave you guys here, just off the edge of the screen.
Yep. And then I don't have a token.
Yes, you do. This is a little bit more to the right.
Oh, I'm further back. Okay. I could only see one row of
Yeah.
Are you gonna get rid of
Okay.
the grid, by the way?
Yes, I will get rid of the grid. This is just an old map that's being recycled.
Also, are we not supposed to see anything on the map?
You-
I see stuff.
Can't see the map?
Yeah, I see it, but it's all black with some writing on it.
Do you zoom out?
You might want to refresh your page.
Yeah.
See everything.
The writing you saw was 30-foot cliff.
Yeah.
Right. So
I'm
some of the
refreshing.
assets are not loading for some reason.
Okay.
That shit just happens.
Okay.
I like that there's even like smoke slightly coming off the
Oh yeah. I see it now. Everything is loaded.
fire.
Neil, if I get like a
Sir.
surprise attack on these guys, like an ambush, is that advantage on the attack roll?
Yes, if they cannot see you, you have advantage.
Okay, so Quincy's gonna stalk off to find some spot of cover, maybe like a little bit further up from the party, so that it's not immediate, because they're gonna like charge in, and I'm gonna be shooting from like where they can't see me, and I want to keep that advantage going for as long as I can.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna initiate that combat by shooting at one of these hobgoblins in the tower.
Torlak and I would talk over to Torlak. Torlak, as soon as he begins firing, we're gonna take the bridge.
All right, and I'm gonna open with 2 shots for that
Let us
ambush.
get closer, like here, so that we can get to the bridge, or here, so we can get to the bridge.
It's-
maybe? Because when we basically the concept is when we run across the bridge, we want to be able to like run fully across.
We should have an
we just
ambush.
need to
round.
hold. We just need to
Yeah.
hold this part of the bridge, like the very.
Yeah,
front.
because if you can just get there and then set up like reactions.
Okay, so our goal is to choke point them.
Yeah. And we should have an ambush round because we got a
No,
stealth
that's
check
cool.
on him.
That
So
makes sense.
Quincy's going to open with a shot, a sharpshooter shot at one of these hobgoblins in the tower.
Can how far up can we move our tokens, like, Neil?
That's
for our
fine.
stuff?
Where you are
Like a-
standing now is acceptable.
Okay, cool. Torlak, you might want to move up a little then,
Maybe this
Perfect.
bush. I'll be at this bush and you're at
just
that.
so you're within 30 feet of the. Yeah.
Okay. And I open with a shot, which should be at
Yeah.
advantage
Do that.
for an 18 to hit
That will hit one of the hobgoblins in the
for
tower.
20 damage.
Whoa! The hobgoblin dies.
How much damage you
Okay.
do?
And this is
Tumbles
a
off.
like a surprise round, right? So I get 2 shots.
Tumbles
Okay.
off into the water with a splash.
And second one
disappears.
for a 16 to hit, which should work because he has no shield,
Ooh, good call. Yes, hits.
for another 21 damage.
Oh my god. Instantly, you take out both watchmen on the guard on the tower. They tumble into the river together, and we roll initiative.
All right.
Wow, Quincy.
Jesus. Yeah, I forgot how much damage you do.
It's the sharpshooter feat.
It really is.
I need to. Okay, so I got a 26, but I have to re-roll it because my token was not selected apparently. So I'm just
Sure.
gonna print it.
Fail.
All right, and then it's 26.
For interactions like this, am I able to use my control flames to set that bridge aflame underneath the hobgoblin, or?
That sounds like a good use of control flame.
Okay.
Now, the one thing you want to keep in mind, though, is that each combat round is 6 seconds. So to actually set a whole bridge on fire will probably take a little while, you know? Like a couple of rounds of combat.
Especially because it's right above a river, so it's probably pretty moist.
Right,
Sure.
but
I'm
in
just curious.
theory,
I'm just curious what like if I control a flame, like I should be able to instantaneously move it 5 feet in any direction. Is that going to do like some type of thunderbolt damage, or how does that interact with the hobgoblin?
they will take burning damage if you bring the flames over them.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay, that's all I'm wondering. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah. So let's see who goes first. And unsurprisingly, Quincy goes first.
All right. You said all of the remaining 4 have melee weapons, right?
And shields, yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna do normal shots. Or do I still have advantage? Like they can't see me?
No, once you fire, your advantage is more or less
Okay.
lost, yeah.
So I'm going to go for I'll go for this guy down here first.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna take a shot at him. Just a normal longbow shot for an 18 to hit.
That will
Should-
hit.
12 piercing damage.
Wow, that is enough to bring him down.
All right, and second
What?
shot at this guy with another normal shot.
Nice.
17 to hit.
No, embeds
Okay,
itself
I'm gonna
in the
add a
shield.
D8 to that because I know they have 18.
There you go.
And then we're going to do damage off that. 9 points of damage. Probably not enough to kill.
Definitely not.
Okay.
The first of the hobgoblins is going to go, and it will move itself. It can go up to 60 feet, so it will go to here. And the next hobgoblin is dead, and it's Torlak's turn.
Sweet.
Something to keep in mind. I know we're not normally doing the death saving throws on the monsters, but I might suggest that we capture one of these. Was this one of the people that Pixie wanted?
She just wanted someone to interrogate, or you wanted someone to interrogate, and she would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you kill one of them with, you can declare non-lethal damage whenever
I
you
can,
want in
I
melee.
can
So
damage this
yeah,
gun and try to knock him out.
yeah.
Okay.
You can just declare non-lethal.
Because he's the only one that's made it across the bridge so far. We can just knock him out and get one out of the way at least.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see how it goes.
18 will hit for a whopping 16 damage, which hits this creature hard, real hard, but not enough to bring him down.
Okay, with my next attack, I want to do non-lethal damage to knock him out.
Cool. Is there a disadvantage for that, or is it just straight? You can do it without no questions asked. Does anyone
I
know?
don't know.
For what? Oh, it's just
For
it's just
non-lethal.
in any time in melee you can declare non-lethal damage.
Yeah,
It's
I've
only
never
for
had it
melee
where I had
attacks,
a
though.
Roll disadvantage.
So I cannot do it when I'm shooting my bow, but they can do it in melee.
Sure.
I want to
Yep.
knock him out.
The
Yeah.
attacker can make this choice. The instant the damage is dealt, the creature falls unconscious and is
I'm
stable.
raged. And I think. Are you within 10? I think you're within 10.
I am.
Yeah.
I should.
Oh, you're just slightly.
Nope, we're in 10.
Yeah,
Here.
it's close enough.
You and I both, like, our around us start having, like, icicles around us, and you get 2 temporary HP.
Wow.
All right. The next hobgoblin is coming running. Yep, all the way up to Torlak right here. And it is Drakvin's turn.
I will walk forward. Both of these have shields on. Both these hobgoblins.
Yes.
Okay. I'll just try to walk forward and do a melee attack on the hobgoblin to the left of Torlak.
Okay.
Looking at my character sheet. Sorry. I don't have high hopes for this, but long sword.
Oof.
That looks like it's probably not going to hit.
No. The next hobgoblin goes, puts down, spends the round taking off its shield and drawing a longbow, but that is its full round action.
Okay.
Quincy.
I'm gonna shoot at that guy who just pulled out a longbow. Normal attack is a 22 to hit. He takes another 9 points of damage.
Well, he's dead now.
All right, and then
So
for the
much for
second
that
shot, I'm gonna shoot at the one who's at full health because I know they're trying to knock out the other one.
All right.
So we're gonna go and do a normal attack at him. For a 16 to hit, that's gonna miss.
Correct. It is the wounded hobgoblin's turn, who will bring his longsword down on Torlak for 14. No, unfortunate.
Nope.
Torlak,
Hit.
your turn.
All right. I'm going to try to knock this guy out again.
Mhm.
So we'll do that. 18,
Beautiful.
11.
And unconscious.
Okay, and then my next attack I'm going to use on this guy,
Mm-hmm.
and we will see how that does. 24 hits, I'm assuming.
Yes.
13 damage.
Badly wounded. Well, wounded.
I think those all include my rage, yeah.
Okay, the hobgoblin will swing at Drakvin for an 11 to hit, and it is Drakvin's turn.
I'll just go ahead and take another whack at him. Our long sword, 24. I believe that's a hit.
Yes, sir.
For 7 damage.
Mm-hmm. And he is still up. Quincy.
I'll go ahead and shoot at him. Let's see here, plus 9. Boom, 17. That's gonna be a miss. Second shot. 23. That's a good hit. He takes another 6 points of damage.
Still standing. Torlak.
All Alright, we are going to do another thing. And attack the guy. Alright, he looks like he's almost dead. See how it goes. 11. Probably
Nope.
not a hit. Do I get one more swing?
Mm.
Not probably.
Not
Miss him.
a hit either.
I hit the tree and my sword gets stuck. I'm just not used to the balance of this thing.
Yeah, it's really not great. The hobgoblin clearly sees it's going to die. It doesn't really have much that it's got going for it. So it is going to try and pick up Drakvin and jump in the river with the both of you. So Drakman, give me an opposed athletics check, because if it's going to go down, it's going to take you with it.
I mean, you're not wearing metal armor, so you should be okay, even if it does.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. Give me a athletics or
Sure,
acrobatics
I can
check,
get you.
whichever you prefer. All right, so it goes to grab you, and you nimbly step out of the way. He stumbles, runs into a tree, runs into Torlak, and it's your turn, Drakvin.
I'll take another swing at it. The longsword. Mm-hmm. 9, probably not gonna hit.
Quincy.
Fired 8 arrows. I don't really want to expend any more right now, but I could anyways. Yeah, we'll do it. Why not? For 10, that's a miss.
Critical
Second attack.
miss.
Oh wait, that's the wrong button. I need another shot. 24, that should hit him.
That's a
and he
hit.
takes another 6 damage.
All right, he had 6 HP left. He dies.
Okay, so I spend a minute recovering half my expended ammunition.
Sure.
And then I'm those 2 that I shot out of the watchtower. Is it possible to like find their bodies?
Their bodies fell into the river.
Are they like because they fell like along the like edge of the cliff, right? Are they still visible, or did they like
No,
wash
they
way
sunk
down?
into the river with their chainmail.
Okay.
So we don't see anything else.
It's just this one unconscious one, and the ones dying and bleeding out all around you.
Do any of them have anything else on them that
Yeah.
seems useful?
They have chainmail armor.
There you go.
There you go.
Yep. You have new armor, Drakton.
Nope, actually, I don't think I need any. I don't wear armor. I forgot that earlier.
Wonderful.
Okay.
They have long swords. Each of them have this F branded into the back of their neck with a little circle around it. They got a little bit of food on them, a little bit of water. No material possessions. One of
Yeah,
them
I'm
has
gonna
a
go look
deck
around
of cards. Yeah.
Ooh, I'll take the rations and the deck of cards. Are those my deck of cards?
You know what? Yeah. It's your deck of cards.
Damn it.
I'm gonna go looking around the tower to see if they have anything like stashed up there, like quivers or like just any
There
sort of
is
supplies.
a box filled with arrows. There are
I
like
take-
200 arrows in here.
I take 200 arrows
Where are you going to store these 200 arrows?
in a backpack. Duh.
Do you
What backpack?
requisition a backpack, Quincy?
Uh-oh.
Of course we have a backpack, Neil. If you're gonna GM, you're gonna go like, oh, you guys didn't ask for a backpack, you seasoned adventurers.
Explorer's pack.
There aren't a lot of things that make me call GM hacks, Neil, but that one would make me call GM hacks.
You can take your 200 arrows in your backpack. Just let's hope you don't fall on your back and break them all.
Sure. Fine by me.
It's
I'm
so
too deft for that. I have
weird.
18
Y'all
dexterity.
have
I would never
some
fall
type
so
of
ungracefully.
explorer pack.
Yeah, you definitely don't have like the full explorer's pack. You just have
Like a backpack and a bedroll. At least.
no bedrolls. Just.
Oh
the
yeah, no, we're
backpack.
just sleeping. We're sleeping on the grass.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's super
Okay with that.
cozy.
200 arrows. Awesome. I was saying I had to be conservative, but now we're good again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how far away are we from this? Well, what do we think Kraz is from these guys here? How far off do you think? Can you tell by the age of the tracks or anything?
You're about 2 days behind her.
Is there any rope?
There is not any rope.
Okay. Can I just like every once in a while knock this guy in the head? Like I don't know how else to like how we're gonna.
Wait,
handle-
we should have rope because we were tied up when we teleported to Hagatha's. We had rope then.
Oh yeah, we had my rope.
Oh, did you carry that rope from Hagatha's?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we going to say that we have? Do we
I
now
don't
have
know,
to
I kinda
announce like
figured
I
when-
take all of our stuff back with us, Neil? Like if I don't say, by the way, I make sure I'm carrying my bow. Do we forget it every adventure?
Well, when the rope
I think
gets
it's fair for
cut,
the rope because you cut rope off somebody's hands. Like you're not gonna like keep.
But
that
it only
rope.
got cut from Torlak, so
no,
most of the
Torlak cut it from each of you. So
cut
Torlak didn't have a knife.
she got it from Hagatha.
Agatha.
Okay, I assumed that
Yeah.
it was just untied. for
No,
us.
it's cut into
He
many
gave me a
small
weird
pieces.
Angled dagger thing.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
like short
I
lengths.
assumed it was cut from Torlak and then he untied the
No.
rest of us. But if it was cut up, I can understand. That.
Yeah.
Is there any rope in this box of 200 arrows?
There is no rope. I think the bridge,
Yeah, the tower should have some rope on it. It's made out of wood.
the tower, and the bridge both have ropes holding it together.
Yeah.
I don't know how well they'll hold together without the ropes.
I don't
Can't
give
we
a
just-
shit. They're
can't
not my towers.
Can't Torlak?
I
Can't Torlak just throw the hobgoblin over his shoulders and we go back? Isn't that fine?
yeah.
want to
can
make sure he
totally
can't
carry.
fight. That'd be a bit of a problem
He
if
can't
just
fight.
goes-
We have 3 warriors that have taken this guy captive. He's not going to be fighting. We're fine.
Remember when we fought all of those kobolds and they kept running up to us and fighting to the death no matter what? I feel like it's one of those things where we might want to make sure it's physically restrained. Look,
then
I
we'll
don't
just
give a
knock-
shit
we'll
what
just
happens to
knock
this
him out
watchtower.
again.
It's not my watchtower. Let's just take the rope from it. If it collapses,
I just want to know how we keep him.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit of hobgoblin biology. If we cut his hands off, is he going to bleed out and die?
Probably.
probably.
You
Okay,
might be
we
able
can
to
bri-
stabilize him.
He's
Okay.
saying that because he's the GM and he wants you.
Okay,
To
well,
kill
if
him.
listen, if
Okay,
the hobgoblin acts up,
Quincy
we can
drops
break it.
this conversation, and he's
We-
going to go up and cut some rope off this tower and just take a big thing of rope with him.
All right. You.
I don't even take a huge chunk. I just cut off part of this
we
rope
don't need
from the
that much.
tower.
We just need enough
Yeah,
to like.
I just need
tie
enough to,
his
like, hog tie
hand.
the guy.
The
It's
tower
not hard.
collapses on you. Now you need to roll to dodge the.
I have 18 dexterity. It's fine.
All right. You cut enough
Listen.
rope off the tower to bind the hobgoblin's hand. Done.
Okay.
All
I
right.
like that. We went.
What if we just like what we could
idea
also
of
cut his
possibly
thumbs
cutting
off?
off their hands. Like,
Yeah. Well, we could just put his hands in the brazier or whatever, the big bra
Brazier?
thing. Yeah, the brazier, the big bra
I
thing.
think that's where he
it's
wishes his
brazier.
hands were right
Yeah,
now.
and then we can. His wounds will be cauterized, and we'll be good to go.
Okay.
You may also amputate his hands if you desire.
Brazier.
You don't look.
What?
You don't need to be so bloodthirsty, Drakvin. His hands are tied. They're bound. It's fine.
Okay, if it's a blade that crosses your throat, don't blame me later. We're going to get the treasure chest from the cave as well. So I hope you're ready to carry for a long time, Torlak. How far away are we from the cave?
Oh, speaking of, actually, I'm going to cut a little more rope from this tower, even if it causes it to collapse, because we need rope to pull the chest with.
Sure. You continue to destabilize the tower.
That's fine. I hope they don't notice. I probably take it from like a different leg so that they're less likely to notice. And then one of them's up on the tower when it collapses.
Oh my goodness.
You're,
so yeah.
You are
That's great.
about a half a day from the dragon cave. So you'll probably
right.
get there around nightfall.
To the dragon cave, then. Are we ready to go?
All
All right, we're going. I guess.
Okay.
Do we encounter anything along the way?
The only thing you encounter along the way is a hobgoblin who's waking up on your shoulders.
I knock him back out.
All right, wonderful.
Do I need to
Sure,
roll
like-
for this?
You don't need to roll. He's bound and restrained, and there's 3 of you. And you can just. You must repeat this exercise every 2.5 hours, though. So you probably have to knock him out a few times on your way to the cave.
Should we interrogate him along the way? Oh wait.
I
no,
think the whole
speak
point was Colleen would be
goblin.
the one doing the interrogating.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
and I can't speak
my
goblin,
worry is
so-
like if I give him a concussion from all this knocking him out.
I mean, do we really need to knock him out again? He's bound? You can just drag him along with you, right?
I guess.
And if he presents a problem, then we'll knock him out.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean,
All right.
whatever.
We're walking to the dragon cave. How far are we?
You get there. No more monsters. You see a bunny rabbit, but that's it. And you make your way to the dragon cave once more.
Bunny. Thor likes the bunny.
Crystal.
And he javelins it and then he eats it.
Whoa! Careful there, Torlak. I've heard tales of bunnies that are not the kinds of bunnies you might think they are. The big,
kind of
nasty,
bunnies are
pointy
they?
teeth.
Okay. While we're in this cave, can I acquire
Big
Can I
monkey.
acquire some wildlife from outside, like a bunny, a rabbit, or something? Is someone or like a squirrel? Are we capable of doing this, or?
You were
I just-
capable of eventually getting yourself some sort of food, especially with Quincy's sharpshooterness.
I
don't
literally
want
just
food.
killed this bunny.
I want to capture the animals and throw them at the chest to see if they turn to stone when they hit the chest. Okay, so I have a squirrel in my hand, and I toss it at the chest, and I'm observing it for what happens.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find a way to get a squirrel. We won't worry about it this time around. You get a squirrel, you throw it at the chest, the squirrel turns to stone, and then just is now sitting on the chest as like a little stone squirrel.
Okay,
They're kind of cute.
I have a backpack, right? We agreed on that, or did
You
we, that
have a
retcon went
backpack.
through?
We all have backpacks.
Your,
So I
your
wanna
squirrel
place-
will fit in the backpack, yes.
Okay, I place a squirrel in the backpack, and then I toss the backpack on top of the chest, and I want to see if the backpack is still moving or if the squirrel turned into stone inside the backpack.
Oh, so this is a new squirrel.
Yes,
Yeah, it's another squirrel, an unpetrified squirrel.
Yeah,
yes.
Quincy is probably going out capturing squirrels for this guy.
The backpack continues to move around as if the squirrel inside is not turned to stone.
Okay, so if we wear some sort of protective gear, it stands to reason that we should be able to carry this chest out without needing to tie a rope around it or any other sort of strange contraption.
Would you really want to risk your safety? I mean, if you want to be the one to test this theory, go right ahead. But I'd say it's still safer to just drag it by a rope.
Yeah, I say you carry it.
We could make our friend. We could give. Is our hobgoblin friend wearing gloves?
Nope.
Well, don't ruin our perfectly good prisoner. I don't think Colleen's able to turn him back to a living creature.
How long is this journey going to take? Is this chest heavy? Are we able to ascertain the approximate weight of the chest? Or
Not without lifting it.
I think I'm gonna let the hobgoblin.
It's easier
also
to drag than it is to
get
lift.
awake
If I
this
can't
time.
drag it by the rope, what hope do we have?
Do you think dragging a chest along an uneven, bumpy ground is going to be easier than
It's
just
grassy plain.
Torlak, what are you trying to say?
I'm gonna let the prisoner stay awake this time because I know I'm gonna have to carry Devo, so he needs to walk himself. So
Okay.
one of these guys will have to drag him along.
Great.
Okay, then can I begin tying a rope around this chest using my mage hand? Then, if that's
You
what we're
may.
gonna.
Yes.
All right.
Neil, do we know sled technology in Heroes Graveyard?
Yes, we know how to make a fucking.
you say
You know
that.
how to drag
You say
things on
that.
the ground, yes.
We've seen horses drag shit.
Yes, you say that, but we have actually had to discover sled technology. In
Different
Frozen Frontier.
sled technology, man. That is like sledding on the snow when you're from a place that has never seen snow in its entire life. Different sort of sled, not just hauling on the ground.
Okay,
This is legit.
Can we tie a rope around Torlak and haul Devo and the chest, and then have him with this hobgoblin on him, and then make our way back to town? Torlak, what is your strength?
As Maggie will be able to tell you, you might not want to just haul
Drag
stoned
somebody
creatures.
that's stoned. Their arms are gonna fall off, like-minded.
Yes.
Or I was a ranger at one point.
Look,
and
I-
turned to stone. Because
Sure, let's just leave Devo here for now. He'll be safe. We can bring the cleric out to cure him here.
All right, sounds good. I'm okay with that.
Look,
We'll
we'll
leave
position
Devo
him
in
to
the
make him
cave.
look like. We'll position him to make him
No,
look like
one
an
of you
ornament.
guys can
Wait,
prod the
Neil,
guy.
is there like
that
a waterfall?
Josh, one
No.
of you guys can prod the guy that's the goblin and keep him going, make him move while he's tied up, while I carry Devo and drag the fucking crate and carry your asses.
Sure.
Okay.
Can we do that?
This is doable.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
How many days back is the journey at this pace?
If you're hauling the chest and Devo, it's going to take you an extra day to get back.
All
Okay.
right, that's fine. Let's do it.
That's fair. It's a lot of shit working.
Okay. So I want to position Devo in this cave like he's an ornament that belongs.
Wait, but you're taking Devo
we're
with
taking
you.
it with-
Oh, no, you're dragging.
I'm carrying Devo's
You said you
statue.
didn't want to carry him because his
And-
arms are
and,
gonna
like,
fall
He
off.
doesn't want to
There's a
drag
rope
him.
tied
He's
around me.
Oh,
with
you don't
the
want to drag
chest.
him. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
And
I
then you
I was
guys
a
are
little lost.
prodding the stupid.
Got it.
Yep.
goblin
Okay,
dude.
we're
I'm
going.
on-
we're
I'm
making
on
our way
second.
back.
Right.
We're going back.
we got everything. Oh my god.
What have we done?
All right. Let's make some dice rolls.
All right, what are these guys?
What is the marching order? Where's the hobgoblin captive relative to y'all?
The captive is probably. I think. Okay, so I think Drakvin will probably be the one taking care of the prisoner, and then Quincy will be scouting up ahead in the front. So I guess the prisoner is probably toward the back then.
You want is Quincy perceptive? Oh wait,
Yes.
Quincy is. Yeah, right, okay. I thought
I
you were
have-
saying Drac. I thought you were saying the opposite. I was like,
Yeah, no, I'm scouting. Drakvin can take care of the prisoner.
that makes sense. Ish, yeah.
Okay. 2
Every time
days.
he like bounces, I'm like, is he excited? I'm scared.
Oh no! I've just switched to a large ball
no.
for,
Oh,
for my
no.
chair, and it's way more comfortable. And I end up just bouncing all the time, which I prefer.
Okay.
You should get a standing desk, Neil.
No,
That's the next.
I like the bouncing, like the constant subtle movement. You
Good
are
for your-
able. Yeah, it helps combat the problems with being sedentary all day, and I sit all day. You can make your way back to Hagatha's, which is before you get to Ruin. If we go to the map,
Question though.
Hagatha's is over here.
Does Dragfin still have the squirrel in his backpack?
No, I dumped it out. I don't carry petrified animals
not-
with me. But you can create an infinite supply of petrified animals now that we have this chest.
That's
so
true. You could open up Torlak's Shop of Wonders, and it just has all sorts of like little stoned creatures.
Oh god,
You would be an
that's so
excellent
creepy.
stonemason. Wow.
does the
That's
chest
so
turn the grass behind it petrified, like as we drag it along the grass?
No, it doesn't. Interestingly enough, I wonder
What about
why.
insects?
You haven't yet seen a petrified insect on the chest. How close attention are you paying to the chest over the course of the day?
I'm quite interested in how this chest functions.
Okay.
So I'd be paying. Well, let me qualify that. Okay, I would be
Please.
paying quite close attention to it, but not so much so that the hobgoblin is just going to walk away from me without knowing it. I have a very short temper with prisoners, and I will slice this leg off of this goblin if I feel like he's going to be up to no good.
So it sounds like you're just kind of glancing at the chest every now and then, or if there's a bug nearby, you might watch it as it goes near the chest, but you're not focusing on it.
Yeah, I'm not
It's-
really focusing on it. Trey. I'm just very curious.
All right, well then why don't you just give me a perception check, and we'll see if you notice anything. over the
Natural
course of the
20
day.
right here.
Natural 0.
All right, I'm
1.
focused on this hobgoblin. I just want to get back. I'm a little irritated. Let's go.
All right. 2 days pass, and you get back to the woods that in which Hagatha dwells.
You know how to get there at this point, right, Torlak? You don't need to put the stone in your mouth again because I have it right here. You could suck
We've
on the
traveled
rock.
so many times.
Do
We
I
should know how to get there.
back there?
Yes, you can find your way back to Hagatha's House of Horrors.
I do not want to eat the stupid thing again.
I wonder what would happen if you swallowed it.
Who knows?
Oh, I don't even want to think of that. Like, even just putting that thing in my mouth just grosses me out. Like, and I'm not even physically doing it. It's like a character that's doing it. It's grossing me out. Thanks, Neil.
All right, we
Just-
call for Agatha outside.
Yeah, you see that little white picket fence with the garden, and there's her little hut, and there's like the wood pile nearby, and Hagatha's out in the garden with a hoe in hand, tilling the soil, and looks up as you approach and gives you a one-handed wave. Hello.
Hello,
my
we have the
darling
chest. What's the
friend.
We
name?
brought your chest.
Oh, excellent. Come inside, come inside. Let's settle down and see what's what.
All right.
Would you like some
I'm-
tea?
No, I'm quite fine, thank you.
I do not drink the tea this time. I also drag in the crate and I'm like thumping it up the stairs.
Oh, and
I would love
who
some
is
tea. I'm
this?
absolutely parched.
Oh, let me pour you some tea. She pours you some tea from the fireplace, hands it to you in a little cup, takes one for herself, and then turns to the hobgoblin and reaches out a long-nailed finger, scratches him under the chin and says, "And who is our fine little friend here?"
He's a prisoner for someone else. We're bringing him to another a mage.
Scrumptious.
So tell us, what do you want with this chest? I'm curious.
A chest guarded by a dragon is most interesting indeed. I'm very interested in seeing what's inside.
Perhaps if there are items in here of which you have no value, but which could be useful to us, we could take them with us.
Perhaps. Is this a hobgoblin of use to you much longer?
This hobgoblin is our guest, unfortunately. Maybe we could bring him back to you afterwards if you need him.
Oh, a shame. Ooh, for what purpose do you need a little red furry friend?
We don't need his body. We just need information from him.
Oh,
We have a diviner who's going to extract some things for us.
I can extract information from him quite well. I'd
Well,
be
if-
happy to relay any information he may contain
I don't think we know what she wants from him.
in
like,
exchange for
information-wise.
his body.
What do you think? That would save us the trip to Colleen.
I don't think we know what all the information is that she wants from him.
I mean, Drekvin, do you plan to stop and pick up Colleen before we go to the tower? Because if so, we can just...
Colleen is a worthless diviner that is only rivaled in her uselessness by Devo. However, she did want to talk to this hobgoblin. Can we just bring the hobgoblin back to you after she's spoken with him?
Of course. I would hope that you do.
Okay, I think that would be a most agreeable.
I think that best idea.
Yeah,
Sure.
Agreement. Tell us.
Oh yes.
Oh, this poor hobgoblin's fate.
He's fine.
His eyes are wide, and he's looking, having no idea what you're saying, just looking around this place, being terrified.
We brought in the chest, right? Is she going through it? Has she interacted with it at all?
She goes out into the yard, picks up a piece of wood from the wood pile, and pokes the chest open, and looks inside. Inside the chest are a pair of boots, a cape, a ring, a vest, an amulet, and 5 potions.
We really screwed that one up.
What?
I assumed it was because he looked inside. I didn't think, well, we could probably just poke it open and take all the treasure without touching the chest.
I
Well, then
figured
we
that,
didn't
but
screw it up
Corlac
because
is
we
probably
didn't touch
just
it, right?
that.
Well, that's what I mean. We probably could have used a stick to open it and taken the treasure for ourselves.
Oh, maybe we have no way of knowing that. It's a huge gamble, right?
Sure.
Interesting.
Well,
But these will...
she did agree to give us anything that wasn't useful for her.
Well, she
these
didn't agree to anything yet, right? Sorry, go on.
will be fun to play with, I suppose. Excellent. And the information you wanted, were you hoping to get Drandon's last name?
Full name.
Full name.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, how you say his name. All name.
Are you sure that's the information you want?
There's a tower that he has a password that protects the entrance to the tower, and I believe that the lever requests his full name. Do you know if there's a...
Tell you what, if you know what the password is, we'll take the password. But if not, we'll take his full name, because that's our best guess.
I can provide you with his full name. It is Drandon Dreadknight.
Dread Knight. Thank you very much.
Brandon Dreadknight.
Do you know what any of these items inside this chest are for? Or?
Not yet, but I am very happy to find out.
Password 123.
All right. Well, I believe that our business with you is done here.
Oh, in case there's any question as to how you spell his name, just so that we're fair and square, it's Dreadknight with an N. Like a nice
Not
one with
K-N?
dread. Not a dread soldier knight, dread dark knight.
Dreadknight. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and it's all spelled normal, just dread and night shoved into one word.
Yes, no space, very Germanic.
Okay. Any sort of case sensitivity to it? Is the N lowercase or is it?
When you speak it, the N must sound as an uppercase N does. Is this a Monty Python skit? Okay. I think that's our business here. Can we head back to the city? Is there anything else you need from us? We'll take this hobgoblin to Bizzlebottom, and then we'll bring him back to you for whatever.
Yes. Do bring him back. His toes are perfect for my needs.
Well, isn't that interesting? Well, let's be on our ways.
Oh.
Okay. Do you need the whole hobgoblin, or do you just want a toe or a finger?
I like to use all the parts of the oxen.
That
Okay,
sounds
sounds
very
good.
pragmatic of you. Well, we're going to be on our way now.
All right, let's go.
Goodbye.
To the city. Goodbye.
Yes. And I believe we're going north now
Yes.
because they moved up north to the other town.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pass through Ruin probably on your way. Maybe not if you
Okay.
want to completely circumvent it.
Whatever the fastest way is.
So did all the people move out of that town then?
They
Yes.
said they were going to be moving, but you've only been gone like 3 days, so
True.
you
So I guess we swing
might-
through.
We
swing
can
You
through
swap
Rook.
by.
should swing by because they actually haven't left yet. They're still getting their shit together.
All right.
Good thing you
Also,
didn't
what's her
trek
name
off.
didn't want to leave her house?
Mhm.
What?
Pixie Bottom.
That's true.
What
And
about her?
she might be self-sufficient there. Might not leave
Yeah,
with the
she
rest
probably
of the town.
doesn't need the other people's lunch.
No, I think she'll move. Otherwise, she would have been set up outside of the town, right?
Oh,
I
maybe.
think she's. Yeah. All right.
All right. You make it back to town. Easy peasy.
With our dude, we're going to Pixie Bottom's house.
Wonderful. You find your way there. She's inside. She sees the hobgoblin and goes, "Ooh, wonderful! You've brought me a
Well, I
hobgoblin."
can't fit inside the building, so his like one eye is looking inside.
Which
of a
eye? The
window.
orange one or the blue one?
The orange one. Actually, he
That's
doesn't
the
know.
one
We
or
can
the old
roll. We'll roll for it because I don't think Torlag is smart enough to figure that out.
Yeah,
1d2 and 1 means that it's the blue eye.
it's the orange eye.
Which one is the new eye?
The 1 is the blue one.
Okay, good.
It wasn't the blue, it was orange.
Sounds good.
Excellent. We have
I
a
like to
prisoner.
roll for drama.
Yes.
We have a prisoner for you to interrogate.
Wonderful.
Ask your questions.
I thought you wanted to ask questions and I was going to translate.
What did we want to ask again?
Were we asking questions? I lost interest in this.
I gave up on this path quite a while ago.
What are the brandings of this F? What does this F thing mean? I point to his neck, which I assume has
Wonderful.
F with this on it.
She starts speaking in Goblinoid, and he barks back angrily at her, and she takes a little stick from her side, a little cudgel, and smacks him across the face with it, and says, "Torlak," and she says, "Torlak, my dear, would you hold him still? I think I need to probe his brain and scrape his mind. He's being
Yes,
very
me?
uncooperative."
Asking Torlag?
Yes, please, Torlak.
I can't fit inside the building, and so is she outside?
Well, Quincy, would you please drag this poor hobgoblin outside, and we'll do this in public.
Sure. And Quincy will drag him out.
Okay.
Excellent.
Look, I can't actually get in the building. I'm like looking through one of the top windows with my eye.
Yeah, I drag the hobgoblin out for to pass off to Torlak.
Okay.
Hold him
Torlag-
still now. And she speaks.
Are you, you're
a
not gonna.
few-
You're not gonna. What do you call it when you do the eye thing? Oh God, the bad psychology. What's the
I'm
name of
going
the
to
surgery?
cast a spell that will allow me to scrape through his
You
mind.
mean like mesmerize somebody? Is that what you're asking?
No, when you put the ice pick in their eye, she's not going to do the thing to him, right?
What are you?
Are you talking
Oh my
about
God, it was-
lobotomize?
Yes, she's
She's-
not going to lobotomize him, is she?
No, she's not going to lobotomize him. How would that get
okay.
information out?
Well, you're talking about scraping his brain. I don't know. Jeez.
Okay, all right.
Okay. All right.
She-
we need this guest
Like, ice
unharmed,
pick.
Pixie Bottom. Do you understand?
Of course.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
Then do what you must.
She says a few words in a bouncy voice and taps him on the nose. And then kind of closes her eyes and starts like rubbing his nose around in circles while she mumbles to herself saying, "And what is the F on your back?" And he's barking angrily at her, and she just kind of nods and goes, "Oh, I see." And then opens her eyes and looks around and goes, Torlak, you asked, right? The F is when they're reborn and they're given it.
Who are they giving it by?
What they mean reborn?
Reborn as an undead, I guess.
It's hard to
Or-
read his thoughts. They're very angry. But let me see. She closes her eyes and rubs his nose in a soft circle again. Opens her eyes and says, something he is thinking of as the half-breed. I don't know what that means. Maybe,
Are you able to elucidate, or is it just the half-breed is all we can get?
Elusa what?
Can you get him to elaborate?
Torlag doesn't know.
she closes her eyes and rubs his nose again.
Maybe like, what does this character look like? How tall are they? Do they wield a sword? Do they wear armor? Do they cast magics?
Let's
Is it
see.
that
I'm
dragon that we killed?
seeing a cave. I'm seeing shadows. I'm feeling pain and burning, but I can't make out any figures. Something he identifies mentally as the half-breed.
What is Kraz's role in all of this? Does she take orders from this half-breed? Does she work with this half-breed? Are they affiliated or associated at all with one another?
Nods, closes her eyes, and rubs the nose. Asks the question: "Who is Kraz, and what is Kraz's purpose here?" The creature continues to bark angrily, and she opens her eyes again and says, "Kraz is born again, like our friend, but is the leader of the armies of the half-breed, or a leader of a subset of armies of the half-breed. One of the leaders, one of the generals, I think might be a good translation."
Where they keep the army.
Oh, where do they keep the? What to the north, beyond the mountains.
Oh, good. So we didn't send them to their doom. Was there anything else? It was
Does this creature possess any knowledge of the dragon or any other sort of magical or mystical beasts that might be on this island that he might have seen before?
Yeah. What role did that dragon play? The bronze dragon. What was his relationship, or his people's relationship with the bronze dragon?
What was your relationship with the dragon? She says as she rubs its nose again and closes her eyes. And he tries to bite her finger, but it doesn't really work as Torlak's holding him back. And Colleen opens her eyes and says, it seems like the dragon would be considered one of the other generals. It's hazy whether there's 2 or 3 generals, though. There's a thought that at least 2, a third might exist or might not yet exist.
Where is their general?
Third general may or may not exist, my dear.
But where may or may it not exist?
If it doesn't exist, it can't exist in a location.
But if it
If it
may
had a
exist,
location, I would know that it existed.
Well, it probably exists. Let's consider that, because the army that came in was separate from the one that Kraz was leading. Correct? They came from the north,
Correct.
and Kraz is to the south.
Nose rubby. No, Kraz was leading the northern group. Kraz must be the leader of the group that sacked the city. Why, that darn Kraz. She kicks the hobgoblin in the knees.
Oh, it's a shame we didn't have a chance to kill her.
What was Kraz doing in that gold mine that they were held up in? I think around the time we arrived in Run. Was there anything of importance? Was anything brought in or taken out of that mine?
The gold mine is being guarded, or was being guarded, is being guarded, to prevent the flow of gold to ruin, so that more people won't come. It looks like they're trying to keep people off the island.
why do they
Okay.
not want people on island?
Why
just
do
makes
you
me
not want people on the island? Orders. No idea, just orders.
Well, that just makes me want to redouble on the expedition out of spite.
Quite agree.
Why you follow orders if understand?
She rubs his nose one more time.
Ironic.
Why do you
That's what
follow
Twilight does.
orders you don't understand? And comes back saying, no real answer. It's more of just an emotion.
I know exactly what he means. I was once a soldier myself. I know exactly what he's talking about.
An undead soldier guarding a magical island under orders from a magical half-breed?
No, but we all have a boss.
I'm
don't
just
have
completely deadpan staring at him.
Yeah, the both of them, Drakfin and Torlak, both look at you like, what boss?
What?
We're not all slaves to some king or queen
And
adventurer.
neither am I anymore,
Well-
but I was once that man.
This one apparently is a slave to some sort of creature. Is following orders that it feels it has no choice but to obey.
Pixie Bottom.
Yes.
I think we're done with the questioning for this creature. Are
lovely.
you still trying to gain access to the Tower of Drandon?
Yes. Did you find news on this front?
We haven't
we can
yet,
take you to the
but we
tower
might
later.
be able to find news.
Ooh.
What would you be willing to exchange if we could find a way into the tower?
Ooh.
Perchance you have some magics that you could.
I
Teach
have
or-
a few tricks up my sleeve that those dirty goblins couldn't find in my little hut. I have a secret magically hidden trapdoor.
And what kind of objects would be behind this trapdoor?
Well, I don't know. You made fun of my orbs and my stabs earlier. I want an
Do
apology.
you have anything that could help an archer? I didn't make fun of any of your items.
Well, I want an apology from Drakfin.
No, I think we would rather just find out how to get into the tower ourselves. And maybe we'll tell you if we come across anything great in there. I'm not here to make deals with
Drakfin, just apologize for the comment. That wand would have looked great on you.
that wand. It was ridiculous.
It's
What
wonderful.
wand?
It's adorable. She produces
What
it
wand?
for you. It's a curved stick that's like painted all these like bright colors. with,
Oh, I
little
like it.
stripes.
It's very colorful.
Thank
Agreed.
you, Torlak.
See,
All right. Well, one day when you lock yourself into a tower and for years spend time studying the arcane magics, you can emerge from said tower with a ridiculous-looking stick in your hand and cast whatever magics you wish across the people that you encounter. I did not spend my time locked in a room all day studying how to be a sorcerer so that I can walk around looking like an Easter bunny.
All you need is to say 2 words, and I'll be happy to make a trade for you for magical items.
Quincy will like lay a hand on Drakvin's shoulder here and say, Let me talk to him for a minute. And he's gonna take Drakvin to the side and say, Drakvin, is your pride really so great that you can't just say you're sorry, even if you do think they are garish magical items, which by the way they are not. That wand would have looked fantastic.
I don't think she has anything of value to offer us if she's going to play these types of games with us. I'm not here to play games.
Just apologize, then we can find out. Maybe she has something worth trading for.
If I tell her that I'm sorry, will you let this go?
Yes.
Okay, Pixie Bottom.
Yes.
I'm sorry that your wands are so absolutely hideous.
Oh my god.
Tell us what
Fine. That's it. And she goes into her house and shuts the door.
All right, I'm okay with that. Okay, let's take the hobgoblin to Hagatha.
All right, fine. The tower's ours.
What are you doing with Devo?
We could drop him off. I don't know.
Are you gonna take Devo to Hagatha's? That's the real question.
Yeah, we can take him. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Wait, you're making me carry Devo from Hagatha's back to Pixie, back to Hagatha.
You should be getting experience just for how much carrying you're doing, I think.
It is the burden of those in power, Torlak, to help those without. I'm sorry.
So you get for playing the strong character.
Should have been a weakling. All right, you slowly but surely make your way back to Hagatha's place again.
With our hobgoblin prisoner ready to.
Where did she said that she had a trapdoor in her house? Pixie Bottom did.
She did a magically sealed trapdoor or magically hidden trapdoor. Yeah.
Oh, magically. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we can find out where that is later, maybe. Violence if we need to.
That would be breaking and entering. That would be against the law, Drakvin.
There is no law.
What if she has to move up north?
Oh, then she'll take whatever horrible object she has with her. Let's go to Hagatha. Let's talk to her.
All right. You're back at Hagatha's one more time, maybe for the last time. You find Hagatha actually sitting in her garden this time, naked as the day she was born, eyes closed, hands out, with small insects crawling over her hands. It looks like millipedes and flies and a couple of wasps.
Well, this is.
God.
Why don't we just make this deal and get out?
Hagatha, we bring your hobgoblin.
She kind of shakes her head and comes out of some sort of trance and shakes the bugs off of her and stands up, coming to the fence. Excellent. The delicious little boy. Wonderful. And what did you want in exchange for him? Shall I owe you?
What about some of those objects you pulled from the chest? Surely you have something to help us.
Oh yes, those. She
Or
looks
like
at you.
nudges
That would be a fair trade. Whatever you don't need from the chest.
Drakvin and like drops or puts the Devo down.
Yeah, we'll talk about our little buddy later. Maybe she'll have a.
That would be another fair trade if you could turn him back to flesh.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah,
I
but
would-
before you do that, maybe you should tell us what objects were in that treasure chest.
Well, they're all quite redundant, actually, except for 1 or 2 of them. Many of
Redundant
them
in
are
what way?
articles of clothing that, as you can see, I have no need for.
She did say in her deal that if she didn't have a need for it, she'd give it to us.
I would be happy to hand you those 5 potions. They're quite useless to me. I have no need of them.
What kind are they?
Potions of feather falling. In fact, all of the objects in the chest, in one way or another, prevent someone from coming to their doom by falling great distances. I find it interesting that these were in a dragon's lair. It seems like some sort of magical aerial assault equipment or something.
All right, perhaps each of us should don one of these items then, so that we can fall great distances In some sort of useless adventure, I'm sure.
Or we could turn Devo back to flesh. I mean, I know he's a bit of a coward, but his magic is useful.
What would it require for you to restore our friend here to his former statue? And I laugh at the...
Just that hobgoblin right there.
Seems like a fair deal.
One life for another.
One life for another. What does that mean? Oh, the hobgoblin's life for Devo's life. Do we still get the feather falling objects? You don't need these, right? You don't look like a mountain climber, Hagatha.
Why don't I give you a few and we'll just say you owe me?
That sounds great.
That Drakvin owes you. That's his end of the deal.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't want
And
a feather falling
he said-
object?
Picks one of these.
Said in her deal before that anything that she didn't need, she would
Well,
in the chest.
she motions you into the room where there are these items laid out on the table. She points with her wrinkly hand, like the rest of her very aged body, to the things. There's an amulet, a vest, a ring, a cape, and a pair of boots, and says, "Why don't you each pick one?"
And all
are
of
things
these
you don't
objects,
need.
these are all just objects of feather falling?
No, they're all a
the
little
boots fit
bit different.
Can you elucidate for us on those differences?
I could, but I really want you
Oh, I
just to
know
pick
that
them at random. It's more fun that way.
Will the boots fit Torlak? He'll just put them on.
They grow to fit your feet, actually, as you begin to put them on.
Are
And
these-
as you
are these-
put them on, Torlak, you find yourself hovering like 3 to 6 inches off the ground.
Oh, I like these boots.
Are these the items you don't need, or are these the items that you want a favor for a favor?
I think Devo... Oh, no, yeah, this is a favor for favor items.
She nods.
I'm good. I'll just take the potions.
Can I try these on to see which one I think improves my appearance the best?
No, my boy, I'm on to you. Just pick one, whichever one you'd like. And to
What
further
items are left on the table?
describe them,
Oh, sorry.
there's a cape. It's like a half cape. It comes down to about your waist. It's blue, and it's got kind of like a black embroidering that makes it look like feathers all the way down it. There is a simple green, kind of like a lime green ring. Rounded ring, no gems inset in it whatsoever. There is an orange with white trim, like furry white trim vest, and then there is an amulet that's got like looks like a gold wire that has been wrapped around in a circle with a silver feather attached, going vertically at the top and bottom of the circle, and then that has a silver chain that you would wear.
Quincy, what object do you fancy on this table?
I'm not sure I'm interested in knowing a favor. I'd say you're playing with fire, Drakvin.
Oh, Quincy the coward. That's okay, my boy.
Quincy, this vest looks like it could provide you great protection, though. You don't think that some of these items might be useful to you?
It's less a matter of use and more a matter of, I value my independence. I was once a soldier, and I'm not particularly fond of being beholden to anyone.
All right, well, I don't mind owing a hag a favor, so I am going to don this fabulous-looking blue half cape.
Wonderful. You sure I can't persuade you, Quincy? It's not like you owe me your life, just a favor which we are happily trading back and forth anyway.
What kind of favor are we talking? If we can set limits on the favor, I'm more negotiable.
I won't ask you to give up your life.
No parts of myself.
You, my young friend, are not worth picking apart piece by piece.
So I have your word then. No parts of myself. I can collect other things for you.
Wait,
That's
but
fine
I
by
am?
me.
Oh, Torlak. Oh, my precious boy. I
So
did
we're
not
agreed?
eat or use your eye. It's right there on the shelf. Look at it. And as she points, you can see that there's a jar with some kind of brownish fluid, and there's an orange eye sitting in it. And the eye's kind of twitching and looking around the room.
Torlak's gonna go up to his eye.
It looks right at you.
It's screaming, "Let me back! Take me back!"
Oh, well, it's so creepy.
The actual eye of Neil Erickson, guys.
Yeah, this
Pax
is-
Erickson, thank you very much.
Oh, right. I forgot
Name
about
change,
that.
yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, do I have your word on that? No,
I
not my
won't
life. no part for
dismember
myself.
you or ask you to give me your life.
Very well.
Excellent.
Whatever favor she's going to have us run off doing, Quincy, you're going to be dragged along with us anyway, so.
Very well.
He makes a good point.
I'm going to. So what's left on the table after the cape has been taken?
The lime green ring, the
Okay.
bright orange vest with the white trim, and the gold amulet with the silver feather in it.
Okay, so the vest is. It's not like armor, right? It's just clothing.
Oh yeah, it's just clothing. Yeah.
What do you think, Drakvin?
I mean, you prefer ranged attacks. Amulets and rings aren't much for bowsmen. I don't know. The vest seems the most reasonable object for you to take, but
Sure, the vest.
Excellent.
I take the vest.
She kind of brushes the others off into a basket at the end of the table. Reaches over to Torlak and motions for you to give her your hand.
Torlak puts out his hand.
She takes it gently underneath and starts stroking it on top.
Oh,
and
she's gonna take your
says,
finger.
Torlak, my friend, these boots, when worn, will keep you from touching the ground, but you will find you can walk just as easily over any surface, including snow and ice and water. And then she lets your hand drop. She moves over to Quincy
Like how everyone's like, your finger's gonna be gone.
and motions for you to give her your hand as well.
Grudgingly, but sure.
This is a magical life preserver.
Oh.
When worn, and the wearer is about to take damage for the first time since the vest has recharged, the wearer will blink up to 50 feet away, but no less than 10 feet, to a safe
While she's
spot.
talking to them, can I sleight of hand try to steal back the jar with my eye?
Yes. Give me a sleight of hand against her passive perception.
She's probably gonna see it.
Yeah.
can I do an opposed acrobatics check to slap Torlak's hand when I see him doing something?
You can make an opposed sleight of hand against
19.
Torlak's sleight of hand. Ooh.
Oh, well.
Oh, that might actually make it. Except now you're gonna look at your eye and immediately be spotted.
Okay, yeah.
So you can snag the jar while she's stroking Quincy's hand
Snag
lovingly.
the jar and put it in my bag.
Do you have an idea of how long it takes to recharge?
Hold on, I'm not done. If no safe spot exists within the 50 feet away from your position, the safest spot is used. And if all spots are certain death, well, it's unfortunate to be you. It should recharge roughly once every time you take a short rest.
Very mechanically precise. Thank you.
And then she raises your hand and kisses the tip of your middle finger gently. And then moves over to...
Kind of rubs that off on his. He like wipes his finger off on his shirt after that.
Yeah. Then she steps over towards Drakvin, and rather than asking for your hand, reaches out and puts one palm on each of your cheeks, very, very softly, and looks right into your eyes and says, "Your cape just cast Featherfall on you if you're falling." And steps
What a
back.
fabulous gift.
Can you
and we
just
also-
put those in chat press later or something?
Yeah, I will paste them for you.
All right. Anyways, here's your hobgoblin. Can you turn our companion here back to flesh?
Yes, I will. And I think that is where we will end for today's session, because we're just about at our end anyway. When we come back next week, Devo will be returned to flesh.
Yay.
Although I have a
I
feeling...
also closed my one eye, that weird eye, whenever I stole it.
Yeah.
That won't go well for me.
That's going to play out really well for you, Torlak. I have a feeling that we're
sure,
not
but-
going to see Torlak next week, everybody.
Or the week after that.
Yeah, I think...
Wait, for taking the eye?
Well, Hagatha is definitely going to notice that eye's missing right away. And she already has a certain level of mental domination on Torlak. So don't be surprised if Torlak is not around next week. So that is it for this week's Heroes Graveyard. We'll be back next Saturday at our regularly scheduled time. Why don't we do some shout outs and call it a night? Starting with Maggie, where will you be when we are doing something else with Torlak, something more interesting?
I will be running esports broadcasts. Yay! Because that's what I do. For those of you who don't know, I work for NCSoft and I manage all of their video content for all of their games, including all of their online broadcasts. So that is my job. But whenever I'm not doing that as my day job in the evening, I am making tons of video content. So I stream every day except for Friday. I do lots of tabletop gaming, all kinds of fun stuff. So if you guys are interested in things like that, you should check it out. Tomorrow, I will be streaming at twitch.tv/rollforit, and I will be streaming Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where I play as Layla the Vampire Slayer, which is super fun. 10 a.m. PDT, 6 p.m. GMT if you guys want to check it out. And beyond that, I put out daily gameplay videos on my gameplay YouTube channel, and then I put up vlogs every Monday on my vlogging channel. And I think that covers everything. You guys can check me out at Margaret Crone in all the places.
Wonderful. And Destiny, where can people find you?
Yeah, my website is destiny.gg. I stream video games. That's all I do. Yeah.
Wonderful. And last but certainly not least, Sean, where can people find you?
You can find me on the Frozen Frontier this Sunday at 10 a.m. And aside from that, you can follow me on Twitter, where I don't really post my own content, but I do retweet some hot information security takes.
Yeah.
So if that sounds like an engaging time for you, you can follow that.
Also, if you have any questions regarding the grind of your coffee, please tweet them at Baker Sundays.
It's not that hard.
You just
Get a hand grinder, and then you grind it with your hand, and then you're good. You're done.
all right. Never mind. You don't need to tweet them. You've learned all there is to learn. You can find me on twitch.tv/Koibu all the time for D&D stuff, including Frozen Frontier tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I think we're out unless anyone has any final words. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.